All right, we are officially live, so everybody in here, behave yourself.
Oh wait, no Orion girls. Well, that's no
Well,
fun.
the Ride Girls can be there. They just can't say anything naughty on stream, but they can be there. I mean, y'all can hang out. Always down for the Orion Girls. I mean, we don't discriminate here at Star Trek Fleet Command headquarters.
Sorry, I had to.
It's certainly not the worst thing that's been said on stream by a long shot. So, hey Mo, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to Rev's frustrated stream, where he's going to do multiple accounts on live stream through the power of BlueStacks. Evening, Sir Bruce. How are you? Evening, Sir Bruce. How are you? Oh, and hey, Hapor. Didn't even see you come
Oh,
in.
I can hear the back feed.
Yeah, since basically the same audio is going to come in, if y'all want to watch it, that's cool. Just mute it, just because you'll be hearing me anyway. So basically the same audio is going to come in. If y'all want to watch it, that's cool. Just mute it, just because you'll be hearing me. So.
Yeah, I'm hunting hostiles.
Yeah, it's funny. I started this new account. It's level 6. But I made it very obvious in the description that this is a pirate alliance. Do whatever you want. If you want to obey Row, obey Row. If you don't, I don't care. I already have this level 28 threatening to KOS us. I'm like, what are you going to do? We're level 6. What are you really going to do? Like, what? What? How am I supposed to fear you? There's a PvP ban. You are several months away from me, my friend. Go away.
Wow.
Davis says, do you know why we're seeing super high level hostiles in low level systems? There is a theory going around that has something to do with armadas. That's the theory. We'll see if that holds true. But that's the theory. Hey, Casey, how you doing? So, and just y'all can have to play to keep up. So on one screen, you'll see the level 6, and then when I flip it, you'll see the level 29 based on whatever I'm doing at that current moment. I still got a few dailies to grind. So we're working on it. And then the level 6 is just want to make another account for videos like tonight, but for the very fresh player, and just to, I don't know, get away from drama and stuff. You know, there's drama in this
Wait,
game.
there's drama on these servers. What are you talking about?
I know! It is insane. It's like Xbox
Get
Live.
out.
It really is. I thought that I was going to play with a bunch of other like adults, like millennials and some baby boomers. We'd spend half our time debating, philosophy and quantum physics. Nope. It's all about who's sitting on a node and who killed somebody's Rialta. It's crazy. Some things just
The
never
funny
change.
part is on my server is they're wanting to do a big Relta battle. I'm like, yeah, you guys have fun with that.
Hey, the Rialta battle that I hosted was a lot of. Well, I didn't host. Tashiar, my server host, I recorded, was a lot of fun. Those are actually pretty cool.
Yeah, we did one, I think, last week, and it was all right.
Yeah, they take some organization.
People cheated still, of course, but when we did it, there wasn't really any strategy. Everyone stayed in the middle and was just randomly attacking each other.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna happen. Cameron says, would Scopely think about shortening the refinery time for lower level players? No. Nope.
Of course not. Scopely wants to make it as hard as possible.
I think they're going to make it easier to grow faster.
They are.
When they release level 40 and plus, but
they are. That
to keep everyone caught up.
G3 and stuff will get easier then, but by then,
I kind of wonder if they'll make it where like level 30 and up will require G4, or will just G4 be for level 40 and up?
I think you'll get the new levels that will come in, and that'll take care of some of that. I don't think the 30s are going to change too much. It's probably just going to get easier to get into it because right now, honestly, and by the way, anybody's dropping questions, I'll get to them in just a second. Basically, anybody that's gotten to like level 28, you figured out there's a paywall from level 28 plus. Like it's really hard to exist without spending money at that level. Even with my partnership for my level 29 account, it's pretty difficult to do everyday stuff without some level of help. It just
Yeah.
is. And that's
Because
fine.
I noticed for me, like for certain things that I need to upgrade, I need level 4 crystal, but the only way that I can get is I have to buy it in the store.
Yes.
But I'm not forking over $100 for three uncommon 3 crystals when I need like 1,000.
Yeah. So that is working as intended. And yeah, that's definitely an annoying drawback, and no argument with you here. I don't know. There's no really like right answer there. I mean, I get why, because they're going to make money. It's a game, but I think that everything should have some form of free to play option. That's my opinion, and we're currently not at that point right now. So, eh,
Yeah, mice with it not having to take like 6, 8 months to grow a little bit.
yeah. Angel asked, "Do you know why we have maintenance tomorrow?" Well, maintenance is actually in a few hours. Yes, the reason that maintenance is happening is because new content is coming, and I'm not happy about almost all that new content, by the way. So I have a video about Deuce's upsetness about certain content tomorrow, and we'll see what everybody agrees or disagrees with my video. You'll be more than welcome to do that then. But yeah, content is coming.
Are they fixing the broken nodes that they keep taking away?
I can't tell you what's in it. I can only tell you that I
I
But
like
you
it.
do
know.
know what's in it.
Yes. I know like 80% of what's in it. There's a couple things I'm not sure on.
Well, like I don't know about your server, but I know with our server, they took a lot of nodes away and we're like, wait, what happened to these nodes?
Hmm.
And we never really got an answer.
Yeah, I have heard that for a couple of different servers. I will say that you should see that refresh and be better tomorrow in terms of node numbers and everything. But
Okay.
that is that was a tricky one because that's not happening like across all servers. So it's not like, hey, every server at, I literally can't even name a 3-star mining system right now. Kaisu, all these nodes are broken everywhere. It's been like specifically server 146 has got this broken node right here and then over here. So certain servers got affected differently by different things.
Because, like, I think you pronounce it agnosia in Federation. It used to have 8 nodes. Now we have 7.
Hmm.
And then, like, others lost, like, crystal and ore. And we're like, what's going on? Like, everybody was up in arms. We're like, what happened to all of these nodes? Like, we were upset.
Yeah, Angel says that on his server after the last maintenance, they lost all hostiles in Opla. Like hostiles just aren't there anymore, which is pretty unique.
Well, that's no
Yeah.
fun.
So, and let's see. Chris says any word when server merges or server transfers are coming? No, there's no official statement. I believe it's happening in the next couple months, but that's just a wild me throwing out a timeline without any verification behind it. But I do know it's being worked on. I don't know the parameters though. So, like, if you're level 28, odds are you're not going to be able to change servers. Odds are. Because that would be a
Yeah.
balancing issue. Like the server that I just joined on this level 6 account, if I was to take my main, which is level 29, 2.9 million power, I would instantly be like number 8 on the server, number 9 on the server. And on my server, I'm like number 180. So, yeah, that would be, especially for those that like the biggest on my main server, server 20, is like 8.6 million power or something. So you don't want some of these really big accounts just to be able to swing and start affecting the game.
Yeah. I did. I made a second account just to mess around, and I think it's like server 32, and they look like I don't know. There's not a lot of people there really, and they look really friendly. And I was looking. I was like, yeah, I'll be number 2 with power destroyed. I only have 8
Oh, that's a
power
good question.
destroyed.
What is their power destroy? How would I rank in everything? Let's check their power destroyed and everything. Because at level 6, I haven't even killed anybody yet. So their
Yeah.
main power destroyed is 33 million. So I would be number 1 in power destroyed. They do have though some resources rated here. I would be number 8 in resources rated. They do have somebody with over 1 billion already. And I've actually talked to him, the game over guy. He seems pretty chill. So,
Yeah.
hey, no one. I thought you were streaming, buddy.
I was not worth it right now.
Ah, well, I am currently on the new server, which you should actually try to roll and see if you can get on here. Me and Admiral Jensen are on this server.
But it's against TOS to have multiple
Well,
accounts.
I'm allowed because Scopely said I could have multiple for videos, and
Well, I'm not you here.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Look, if you have a friend in Mexico that wants to play, tell them to roll for a new account.
Oh, Jesus.
Casey says someone is breaking into my house. The dog has got him. That's actually breaking into, I think, Misty's house.
No, my dogs are outside barking at people. I apologize. I have 4, and they're very protective.
Well, that's good. It's better than them being lazy dogs that just kind of let burglars come in and steal your grandmother's prize pearls or something. So,
Hey, if you give my dogs steaks, they'll love you, and they'll show you where all the good stuff is.
Peter says, do you know what's going on with hostiles in the Chaldeic system, glitched or planned? I don't have a definite answer on that. I think that's planned. I think that's something that's upcoming. He's referring to like those level 37 and 40 hostiles that appeared out of nowhere in a...
I think it's something to the Armadas.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well, but I don't have any confirmation on that. And even if I did, I couldn't tell you. Because that's some
Nope.
stupid way Scopely works. We don't want you to know about anything beforehand. No hype. Do not get excited about good content.
Don't get excited.
No. Now, if we got bad content, we're going to tell you all day about it. And I'll tell you tomorrow about it. But
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, look, I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm really
boy.
scared about what's going to happen tomorrow. I warned Gala today. I'm like, y'all are not going to be happy. Please warn them that I still love them.
Well, you can bash them and I'll praise them.
Don't do that. Don't brown your nose like that, especially over this update. Now
My nose is already
there is
brown.
going to be a second video I make that's going to praise some of the good stuff that's coming in tomorrow's update, because there is one specific thing that I think is awesome that it should have been done a long time ago. But it's going to be overshadowed by one thing, in my opinion, that's just a really stupid time waste that they could have put that energy into so many better things.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. You gotta wait it out. You can't pass judgment right away,
Yes,
though.
I can. I've literally talked to dozens and dozens of whales about it. Everybody on the moderator team I've talked about hates it. Everybody on the CC team I know that knows about it hates it. The main person I talked to from the head people doesn't even like the daggum idea. It's going to flop, and I'm going to help it flop. It deserves to flop. Lessons must be learned.
The nerf and the Saladin.
No, they're nerfing you.
No, Saladin's. If that's coming, it's not coming. Well, I've heard about it. Key says, "Hey, just joining. Great name, TNSM1219. Cool, thank you." Robert says, "Just joined the stream in the UK. Can you say what the new content is yet?" I cannot. I can drop hints.
He's not allowed to.
I can say that it's something that you have never seen before. And that's a hint because we've seen actually a lot of stuff in this game from like the beta version. This was not something that was in beta that's coming out tomorrow.
Beta.
By the way, no one, did you know about the Star Wars version of this game that's in alpha that EA is making?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Another Age of Empires.
Hey, you mean another Total War?
Hey, you got my joke from it because it was Age of Empires, like the one that they did for Star Wars for RTS.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to the Star Wars one. I am worried that if this game doesn't get their stuff together, that we're going to lose a lot of players to that one just based on the name alone.
Yeah, agreed. I guess some of us might be going over there then.
Some of us? Oh, you're already claiming your spot over there?
I claim every spot.
Oh, okay. I do love Star Wars as well.
I gotta claim space because I'm not a small person, okay?
David,
When's that Star Wars game come out?
it's currently in pre-alpha, so it registered to like
Wow.
10,000 people, I think. But with EA, if you've ever followed EA's model, it is
Loot boxes.
not only loot boxes, but pushing content really, really, really freaking fast. And they are also a massive company, so they don't take near as long to get a game out.
Well, and then plus they made money at that Star Wars game, the strategy game. they recently had.
Yeah, so I'm expecting that pre-alpha and then to go into beta here pretty soon. And once it goes into beta, I'll be applying for the beta. So
Same here. I still haven't tried Second Star,
Second
Sun, whatever
Galaxy?
that is. Yeah, I haven't tried that
I
yet.
play a little bit. Second Galaxy reminds me of kind of like EVE Online. It's very beautiful.
Well, it is EVE Online. That's what it's made from.
Yeah, so well, it's not exactly EVE Online, but it's like a baby mobile clone, I guess.
Something like that.
But I put a little bit of time into it, not enough to like really stream it and make any great videos on it. But it's
I
interesting.
haven't even touched it yet. I wanted Pokemon Masters to be on the emulator, but no.
I mean, I'm sure the APK is out there somewhere you could grab.
No, you can't get it. It's not even. It won't. They don't. It's not programmed for the emulators. You can't even. They're 64-bit.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, I need to turn my studio lighting off.
Did they make nodes flippers? Charles, are you talking about some of the nodes that go from like ore to titanium? Because they do
I
have
hate that.
some that are flippers, like the ones in Kaisu do flip, but not all nodes flip.
Some.
Laura said that Second Galaxy seemed like a tutorial to her. Played it the other day. It does have a very long tutorial. Very long.
Go to bed.
That baby's still
No.
sleeping. Still. But yeah, no one, just say, hey, I'm building a second account for video purposes and come join me over here on this other server.
I wouldn't even know how to do it.
I mean, I could teach you.
And then Skill Blue Warlords are going to be mad at
Not
me.
if I teach you.
Just
I'm
get
not
a
going to teach
second
everybody.
device.
Jeez.
Well, one person already told me to go there. Besides you.
It'll be nice to get off my server and away from some of the craziness.
Toxicity.
I think every server has toxicity though. Like I've never heard of a server that's just like, oh yeah, we're unicorns and rainbows and we mine peacefully together. And like I wake up at 3 a.m. to call my friend Bob over in Spain to let him know his node is ready. I've never heard of anything like that. So. And by the way, anybody who is listening or watching in the chat, feel free to drop any comments or questions because I do try to read as many of those out loud. So if you've got critiques on the game, if you've got anything about Second Galaxy, if you have opinion on other games, if you would like me to start making videos about random stuff, like if you want me to, sing songs and count my toes, let me know.
Sing songs and count your toes.
Hey, my son loves the head, shoulders, knees, and toes, so you might be his new favorite person.
Look, if it gets views on YouTube, I'll do it. Death Angel said, screwed up picking your alliance, was going to take Federation because you strung on the Klingon side and accidentally hit Romulan. That mission really doesn't affect you at all, Death Angel. You can just grind hostiles for whatever path you want to take. Those missions where you select at like level 20 the people that you're with, it doesn't have actually any long-term effect. Because I actually did the Romulan, I think, just because at the time I wanted that payout. And as you see, I am, 3 million, 4 million in the negative? Oh, I'm locked at 2 million. I forgot it locks. So I'm at 2 million negative for the Romulan. And yeah, it doesn't bother me. So
Oh, it won't go past -2 million?
yeah, so it stops at 2. And if you get them to 10 million, like your ally levels, it locks. So you can get to 10 and then just go back and fix the -2 million one.
I guess you weren't listening to me before when I said that many times.
Hey,
Probably wasn't.
don't be like that.
I'm playing the game too, so.
Hor's my
I go in
dunce
and
cap.
out.
He says, I heard that the tearing up in the
I
background
know.
is no longer available. Yes, I ruined that for everybody. Thanks for reminding our followers that Rev ruined tearing up. I apologize. But hey,
Leave it to a ginger.
for the brief time, a lot of people who didn't know it existed knew and got a quick little bonus out of it. So
Oh, I've known it for a long time.
Soulless people.
I didn't know about it, and plenty of other people didn't know about it. That was like one of my most searched. That's funny. It's actually one of my most searched videos ever. Like in terms of Google went and found that title. that one was one of the most searched ones. So a lot of people didn't know about it. You're welcome.
What did you delete, Wong?
I do it for the people.
Jeez, where do you live?
In the ghetto.
I live in Colorado next to a military base, so there's always sirens.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
You just said it like
At least-
who's that guy on
Hey.
Family Guy?
It's in Colorado Springs.
Oh, Cleveland Brown?
No.
Are you talking about Joe?
No, the one with the mustache.
Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott.
Oh, possibly or Lois' dad?
Oh gosh, I have to look up a character list now.
So who made your picture?
Bruce. That's what I'm talking about. Bruce.
Oh
Oh
no!
no! But yeah, you talking about the new one on my?
Yes.
That is something that I got made for my other channel. It's a cartoon version of me,
What?
and that cost me like $50.
Ouch.
Well, I mean, getting logos designed like professionally is not cheap.
Yeah, you can't steal like I did from the game.
Yeah. Not all of us got a doppelganger put in the game, so
Hey, I'm sorry they did it based on me, okay?
yeah. It's a much more attractive version of you, but we'll go with that.
Yeah, it is a better looking version of me, but he has a weirder looking head than me.
He said that he sent a message to Panic complaining that they took out the tear up chicken, hoping they'll bring it back. I mean, I hope they bring it back for you too, but I don't see that happening. Nice things cannot be had.
Not for anybody.
Let's see if we got any more questions, because I saw a couple. TJ says, on his server, we have a crew that is instating their own rules of engagement. How do you combat that without all-out war? Well, there's a couple of ways you can try to get around it. One, what's the difference in the rules of engagement, really? And, what's the actual quibble over? I mean, if it's something silly, like they say you can't use your envoy to mine data mining, well, maybe it's just me, petty old me. I'm just going to fix that by ramming my Bordas into their base a few times, and they're usually going to stop. But generally, it's just talking it out and trying to find some amicable middle ground. But in the end, as someone who tried for months to get a server-wide row and really tried to play by those rules, I don't anymore. I'm going back full Pirate King. It doesn't mean I'm going to go out clearing systems, but I don't care about your row. I'm sorry. If I want the node, it's mine. You can cry about it, or you can kill me. It doesn't matter.
Go back to sleep.
Well, our server, we have row, and we try to follow it to the best of our ability.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get difficult at times because we also have this little clause called Rule D. So if someone needs the node, they take it, they mine it. But we're allowed to bring our strongest ship and take the
and
node
take it back.
Yeah, retaliation. I mean,
That sounds stupid.
it's because that's how I am. Like with me, I spend, and I've said this before, probably 80% of my gameplay is something like what I'm doing now. I'm with a community or I'm making videos or something like that. So I don't have time to just sit and actually play the game very often. So if I need resources, I'm not going to wait 2 hours for you and your whole alliance to mine Ventrilis, or I just made up a system, and then say, hey, Deuce, you can come here now and mine. I'm like, no, screw you guys. I'm taking the node and you go find another one. I mean, that's just where I'm at. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I don't have time to sit and play, row is me. Row means nothing.
Oh, Scopely, Scopely, Scope.
Was that a pun on woes me?
It was. I'm glad somebody. Yes. Good job. Look, I am a dad now, so
You're just a punny person.
yeah, I get to do dad jokes, and hopefully people catch them and enjoy them, and hopefully people donate because they enjoy them so much to the Venmo or the PayPal or whatever. Tell you what, y'all PayPal me money, and I might leak more information. Okay, don't tell Scope. There with the NDA, it's gone. Partnership over. Angel says that
I PayPal'd no one this morning.
Yes, he did.
Oh, come on. See, that's why I just got.
Well,
I
you
need
don't
to
tell-
change the live stream because that's all. No one just live streams all day and he gets nothing but PayPal donations. It's ridiculous.
No,
Yeah,
that's
but
a lie.
You don't stream as much as you used to.
I only do about once
Well,
a
he only
week.
streamed once a
That's
week.
what I. Main thing is I try not to interfere with no one because that's like his niche. My niche is the videos. His niche is live streaming, and I don't want to.
Both.
Well, I mean, you do both, and we both do both. But like we've found something that like we have more of a following at. Like I really enjoy the live chatters we have right now. It's a nice little room, but like your server and your Discord, everything has really built upon the whole live stream thing. Like you've really captured that. I think that's great. But me being the big STFC channel, I don't want to take your streamers or streamers who might watch you instead and live stream at the same time as you. Like that's why I've always tried to coordinate with you. Like you,
That's why I stopped my stream because there was no point in me going because you were already going. You're like a freight train.
yeah. I mean, and that's. But that's the thing though. Like I try to, and in return, I've asked you, hey, I know this video is coming out. Can you wait a little bit before you put yours out? And we work together.
I did, and then I regretted
we
that
both
one.
had to pull the video. But it's
hey, but we still got views.
yeah, exactly. So I try to work and work with
Hang
people.
on.
So
why'd you regret it?
oh, he regrets it because I send my.
No, why did you both regret it?
I don't regret it at all. I don't.
I regret not keeping up for a few more hours.
Yeah, I mean,
I had time to keep it up.
yeah. So I don't know. That's kind of where I am on the whole thing. Angel says we have a mining accord, so most players flow. We still have a few who want to be strong, but several alliances get together to stop that. Like I said, I have no problem with that. I just want to be able to play however I want to play, and if that means that you come kill my ships because you're not happy about it, that's cool. Like I'm okay with that. Not everybody's okay with that. I understand that my style might have repercussions.
No, hiving is really, really dumb if you can't actually fight back against it.
What you talking about?
Yeah, don't hive.
Make you one big target and want to use for things to mess with.
Okay, yeah, there's several opinions on hives. I personally think they're terrible. If you get them, get some ointment to get rid of them. But in general, it doesn't make any sense to me for you to assemble that many alliance members unless all of y'all are on at the same type of time and you all have great shield management. If y'all are all on similar times and you all have good shield management, that way when your shields are down, you're all on together, cool, it works. You can defend each other. But there's always some big fish. For example, there was a hive in Wesson that is now gone on my main server. Wesson is like this level 19, 20 independent system, level 18. And there was this group called MAD, and they actually had like 6 alliances. And they just took the entire server and lived there. And I would go there once a week and drain all of their like level 22 through 26 bases. And because I was level 29, they only had like 4 or 5 people who could fight me like one-on-one and win. And those people weren't always on. So I would just come by routinely and say, hey, you made it really easy for me to relocate to one system and get 30 million resources. Thank you so much. That's why hives are bad. Unless your people are on consistently at the same time, it simply gives people like me more targets, easier targets. But if you want to...
And most times I just don't have good shield management.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hive, though, y'all hive away. Y'all have fun with your little hive.
Hive away down the road.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to raid you, and you're probably going to cry about it. Or just spread out. It's cool. Just spread out. That way your whole system is not getting raided. Because I tell you, it makes people mad. When 10 people get drained. Because also one thing to do in hives, and some people really get mad when you do this, just go ahead and crack all of the bases just because you're already there. So everybody wakes up with repair bills. Yeah, that makes a lot of people mad. Like
Laura, the 24 through 20 thing. Yeah, the banding's still not that good. Deuce has been trying to fight for it, but the issue behind it is some servers are dead, and that banding would screw so many people over. It's a double-sided sword.
Yeah, so... And I said in my PvP banding video that it has to happen after the server mergers happen.
Yeah.
But...
Because if the servers aren't active, then that banding is going to make more people want to quit.
As long as I don't screw it up like they did last time.
Well, they have had over a year, so hopefully they do better.
What, a year to work it out with a few dud servers and they know it works? Or Yeah, they're going to do it and go, let's wing it.
There's probably going to be some winging involved, but hey.
I'd say it's going to be more winging because I said they winged it last time and look what disaster that descended upon a lot of people. Look at me, point in case. It took over. Well, I gave up asking for help in February, and it took until June for anyone at Scopely to do anything to help me.
All right, just to answer this,
to fix what they broke.
To answer that question real quick, not to ignore Gall, but
Mm.
to get Envoy blueprints, the level
I just
22
answered it.
elites. I know, but some people might want to hear it from my
You get heaps
sultry.
of them. Go kill 22 elites, and you get it's like candy.
Yeah, go kill these guys. 17
Yeah, it's like
still
candy.
drop them. They just don't drop them as much as they used to.
Nah, I got 10 in one shot.
Yeah, but the 17 elites will drop them as well if that's a little too strong. Are they going to change range of hitting in tomorrow's maintenance? Not that I'm aware of.
No.
If they do, it'll be a shock to me and to everybody else.
There is one thing I do want to like comment on.
Yeah.
With Scopely and with the 7-day Peace Shield for that hurricane. Thank you, Scopely, for listening to your players, because a lot of my players at least on my alliance, they were affected by it. And I was really shocked that Scopely did that. So thank you, Scopely.
Yeah, that was actually
my live stream.
that was a good thing they did.
Yes.
I suggested it in my live stream before they did it.
Hey, I
Because
suggested
reckon
in a
if anybody
video.
went,
Get out of here.
No.
Because I-
You said go to a system that you can be safe in, and I said give people a 7-day shield.
yeah, children,
We
back to your corners.
I've got
Back to
Discord
your corners.
screenshots.
Back to your corners.
I love you,
Love you
dudes.
too, no one.
Back to your corners, children. Behave.
Go back to fighting kangaroos.
Oh
Or
yeah,
we
you
may-
are
I
down
may
under,
smack
aren't
ya.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
And you're in Gator country.
Yes.
Hey,
I
Deuce,
am.
I have a question for
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah, I'm in your gross ass state or gross.
Wow. Thank you.
Watch your language.
There are children here.
As soon as I said it,
See, I've not. We have to wait for gold to break it first.
What about New Orleans?
Didn't.
Hey, Deuce, I have a question
Yes, ma'am.
for you. Now, on our alliance, we had wars going on for 9/11, and we did an all ceasefire because of 9/11 and the tragedy that had happened.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of any other servers doing something like that?
I saw
We
a
did.
couple put up some screenshots and stuff on the unofficial Star Trek Fleet Command Facebook group, which I'm in. But I only saw it from a few different servers. So if a lot of them did it, they didn't talk about it. But I did see a few different ones do something like that. Like one, I saw one server did like this big 9/11 memorial with ships and stuff, and which I thought was very touching and stuff. But I was very young when 9/11 happened, so like I remember where I was in school, like elementary school. But 9/11 doesn't have the impact, I guess is the way to say it. Not that I'm trying to diminish what happened, but because I was so young, it's tough for me to really equate all that. And like to me, my generation grows up with school shootings. That's our thing. So
I was in 8th grade when that happened.
I think I was
9/11.
in 3rd or 4th grade. Like I was
I
pretty
was
young.
in
Yeah, I was in
10th
fourth grade.
I was in 10th grade walking into school. All the TVs are on. The teachers are crying. And I'm like, what the F happened? They're like, a plane hit the tower. I'm like, what tower? They're like, the Trade Center. And then all of a sudden, I see
Like,
the
what's
second
that?
plane.
Yeah.
And I just, it was so eerie for a whole week not hearing airplanes, because I used to live next to SeaTac International Airport in Washington, and not hearing a plane was I don't even know how to describe it. It was mind-boggling. It was
See, I was
bad.
at the age where like I didn't even know what the Twin Towers were. Like I didn't know that was a thing until seeing them on the video at school. So, like I said, not trying to diminish the importance of it at all. It just, when you're that young, it doesn't really hit you.
Sink
Yeah.
in.
So, Like the first big tragedy that like really hit me was probably Katrina, and that was mainly because my family was affected by it. So
But New Orleans has recovered pretty well from that to a certain degree.
to a certain degree, it still has less population now than it did then.
Yeah, because I've been to New Orleans long after the hurricane, and I quite like the
The
city.
levees are still trash. Like if it came again, it would once again flood and be terrible.
Yeah.
So
it would be.
in other words, Canal Street would live up to its name again.
Yeah, I mean they just went through the drains here like 2 months ago, and they're supposed to do those like every year. Well, a report came out that they hadn't done it in over a decade. That like they found a Kia car in it, and they removed like 130 tons worth of junk that had backed up in all the drains. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic, cool.
So
I was waiting for it to be crawfish season again.
is Scopely gonna keep up with disasters that do happen, so that way, if we do lose internet in our home, that we're still somewhat protected?
I don't think they have like a department set aside for it. I know when people like me and No One and a lot of other community people made suggestions about the hurricane coming through, the community managers in like panic and everything really jumped on that to help push that into happening. I don't know.
To alleviate some of the issues that players might have if they lose internet power, yada yada yada.
I don't know.
It was one of the nicest things Scopely's done.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be like a permanent. Every time there's a type of disaster, they're going to jump on it like that.
There should be.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying I don't know. I do agree that that is a great way of helping your player base and supporting your player base and encouraging them to come back. But we'll just have to wait and see. That's a good move by Scopely, and hopefully they continue to make those type of moves. Jeffrey wants to know hints about tomorrow's bad video. Well, here's your hint. Generally, when I complain,
I can't tell you a squat.
Generally, when I complain about something, it's because
it's gonna affect me.
It's going to cater to people and not to everybody. So it's going to cater to, say, this group of people and not to this group of people.
Big wells.
So usually when I complain, it's because not everybody's getting a legitimate piece of the pie, so to speak.
But there's something coming out that's going to be good for players, though, at the same time.
Look, you can have something that's good and something that's really bad. You can have both.
I could make a comment about
that. Which is why I'm going to have two separate videos. One to talk about, hey, this was good. Hey, this was stupid.
I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and be the first one to do it.
Cool. I'm going to do it whenever I do it and get 4 times your views. Boom! Roasted.
Hey, my live stream will get views.
Now, as I said, children, back to your corners.
We have no corners. They're starships. We're pew-pewing together.
We're both sitting in front of green screens.
Mine's not working right now.
Again?
Why is it not working?
Because I'm not streaming.
Oh. I thought you were saying like you had a legitimate problem with your green screen.
Yeah. It turned brown.
What?
It's a pink screen.
I've seen pictures.
No, it
can
be
green.
Blue. It can be green. It's tall.
Jeffrey says, how long will the video stay up? Well, the good thing about the video that I'm putting out tomorrow, since it's going to be about content that's in the game, it can't come down.
But no. But they could remove his little partnership.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be like I'm still going to be pretty PC about it. Like I'm not going to come out and like cuss out Scopely at all. But I'm going to make my opinion known, and I'm going to push on opinions because I've already talked with a lot of people already who know about what's coming up and gotten their opinions on it, and they don't like it either. So it's not like I feel like I'm just taking this and running with it. I feel like this is a bad format, and they shouldn't do this format, and they should fix it. And when they fix it, then I'll say, hey, great job. I appreciate you doing that.
But if people are astute, they could find hints in the refinery tab.
Yes, there was an interesting thing that popped up in the refinery tab today.
Platinum.
Platinum?
Jeez, Gold, don't give any platinum. What's platinum? Is it like some bad? Is it bad form of platinum or what? Is it like a counterfeit coin in Hearthstone?
Angel brings up a good thing. In Star Trek the movie, This same space station we have is in there, and it shows multiple ships at a single dock. We need that in the game.
If you look at our docks, they have multiple ports on
Yeah,
them
5
currently.
each. I've talked about it before.
Did you?
Yeah, I have.
Up to 25 if you get all 5 docks.
Or if you get all the docks possible in the game.
That's 5, right? For now.
For now. There's 6 possible docks, right?
That's too many ships.
I wouldn't care. I would just want to have like a Star Trek museum. I don't want them to even be used. Like, just let them be there. Like, I could have my jellyfish here, and my Findra, and my Tala.
It's called a hangar.
No, a hangar is for like small shuttlecraft and fighters.
I want a real ship dock
The only
that sits in orbit.
The only star base that
The
would
hangar's a museum.
The only star base, no, because even in Star Trek, they didn't put those in hangars. They put them in dry docks.
Yeah,
Because they're too big. They don't go in hangars.
They're in synchronous orbit.
Yeah. But the only star base that could actually
the Starship Graveyard.
The Starship Graveyard in the Next Generation
Death
was
Star?
literally just a massive piece of blank space with ships parked in it like a parking lot. Don't you question me on my Star Trek knowledge. I'll pull the episodes up right now. I have Netflix.
You'll get. They're not on Netflix, you schmuck.
Yeah, they are.
You have to use. I don't
Some
think
of
they are
them are.
anymore.
I've been watching.
They didn't pull Next Generation down.
Unless they got rid of them.
No, not yet.
Nuh-uh. They pulled The Office.
Are
They
they?
had the original, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Enterprise.
Mike, your base needs
I
to be
checked
hit
last
by
night.
somebody to loosen it up.
Yeah.
To what?
Any ship doesn't have to be like the strongest ship.
Go to bed or you don't get the tablet in the morning.
Ooh.
But I want the tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, so what you're saying is if your base is stuck, just have somebody come and hit it, and that should fix your problem.
Just make sure they don't hit with a horizon.
Yeah. Get somebody to hit you with a cavort, and then that's their fee for going through the trouble.
No, just send a freaking Rialta at it
Yeah. But any attack should fix that problem.
to unloosen it.
To loosen it. It's like running hot water over the pickle jar.
Or having your wife try and open, then you open it and say you opened it.
It's like, I loosened that for you.
Married problems.
Hey, Rep, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they still talking about us going to our Alliance player stations if we need to have a ship repair? Or are they not doing that?
No one knows.
I doubt they're gonna do that.
Nobody knows what Scopely is doing.
There have
Except Ray.
things.
Anyone tell us?
Look, there have been things discussed.
I just want a trading system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
wanna
can
get-
trade in crappy ships we don't want anymore.
I want to have an envoy parking lot sale.
Or I could trade in G2 stuff.
Well,
like,
see, you don't
maybe, like,
just go build those envoys
3
willy
or
nilly.
for-
If you paid attention to my last podcast, you can actually have your alliance scoring pretty high if you use envoys. So,
Yeah, no.
oh, excuse me for trying to help people out. That's why
Yeah.
people should listen to the
Hello,
podcast.
you.
No one's alliance is going to lose.
I don't even try anymore.
That's your fault.
Nah, just Lacey.
Lacey, she cute.
Yeah, you should go meet her
Where she live?
down the street.
Your street?
No, your street.
Oh, my street?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if she's cute.
She's not bad.
I mean, on a 1 to 10 scale, where would you put her?
Do scale.
Casey says, good tip, but envoys take up a hangar space. They do, but I think my hangar space
Yeah.
is like 60 right now, so I'm not worried about that. Let's see. You start off with like 18, I think, or 17 at level 1. My hangar on my other account is level 29, so 45 ship inventory slots. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. I don't have 40.
What is
40
mine?
envoys. They do need to add the way to recycle those things, though. That needs to come.
Well, mine's only
Also-
47 at 31.
But what are they putting at the end of you got the shipyard one side, the hangar the other side, and then there's this item that you can build on, but it doesn't tell you what you can build there.
Wait,
Something to do with armadas, probably.
where were you talking about?
Between your
Where your hangar, between the hangar and your shipyard, there's a space right at the end of where you build your
right
ships.
in front of the foundries, the 3 spots. you
That
have.
might be a new building coming out because when Armadas comes out, there will probably be a new building for it.
Mhm.
So it might go
like a
right
ship
there.
recycling,
Oh,
like a ship recycling yard or something to do.
Something might go there. There's
Oh.
a spot, like it's pretty obvious there's supposed to be a building there. And you can't click
Yeah,
it.
and
Yes.
right above the
You
dock.
can't click it like you can
Because-
the other ones. It's really weird.
Because when you look at the video when you install the game, it shows a picture of a building there.
I can't confirm or deny. All I can say is, hey,
If something's coming down the track.
maybe
Watch this space.
maybe something goes there.
Something always
Jeffrey
belongs in a
says it's
hole.
a building to store your credit card numbers. No, they've got that one pretty well down already. Don't worry, Jeffrey. That one is already there. Alliance member is asking, are we going to be able to raid for materials instead of just resources?
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, I don't know of that one
Oh,
existing
no.
yet. And I honestly don't want it to because my base would be target numero uno.
Oh yeah, I would raid your base in a heartbeat
Yeah,
if I could.
everybody would. So.
I'd move to your server just to raid you.
Yeah, so screw you guys. I would just like live under my 1 year of shields I have and never unshield.
I need more.
And never ever come in.
Yeah, I would like bring one ship out at a time. That's it.
He'd be playing cautiously.
Yeah, it's darn you, Botany Bay.
So, question about ships.
Okay.
I have a few missions where I need to have warp 40.
Oof.
Is it better for me to wait for the Saladin or the Horizon to get to these farther
Horizon. I mean Saladin.
Saladin's going to be cheaper for you to get to those areas.
Oh, by far, because you have to have tier 8 Horizon to even get that far out.
Yeah, and the Horizon gets a little bit pricey. A little bit.
Just a little bit. But your best ship to get to Warp 40 is your North Star.
Yeah. That's the cheapest and earliest way to get there is a North Star. And North Stars are...
It's not cheap, though.
It's not near as expensive as a Horizon or a Saladin.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, then.
so back to that spot on the building that y'all think might be for Armadas. Because I kind of think Armada might be how the rally thing works on Game of Thrones, but we have a building on Game of Thrones Conquest that's mainly for that. And maybe that building like allows like the more you upgrade it, maybe like the more people you can add to the Armada, whoever starts the Armada.
That would make
Whatever,
sense.
maybe,
The
but-
more like, friends that could help you out for certain missions
Yeah.
and different things.
Because on Conquest, it's just size of troops, but that doesn't really transition to to fleet command. So I was like, maybe it's
Size matters.
I don't know, man, because if your alliance gives you 10 Rialtas and mine gives me 1 Enterprise,
And
I broke
also,
things.
I wonder too, because like on our rallies on Conquest, you can only hold a certain amount of power. So I wonder if the Armadas can only have a max out power combined of all the people's ships too.
To be
Maybe
honest,
that extra building might, when you upgrade it, you increase that power capacity.
to be in all honesty, I think Armadas isn't going to be what we think it's going to be. It's probably going to be a way to group your ships together and attack bigger ships and or use your ally ships to do that and or do missions and such.
It's definitely going to come out in stages. Like Armadas is going to grow. It's not going to come out and be able to do everything. So it's going to be released in pieces.
Yeah.
Just like everything else in this game, it's going to get released in pieces.
Yeah.
Greer says he would like to have the Narada in game. That'd be cool.
What the hell's a Narada?
I'd like a
It is the
Defiant, a
massive-
Deep Space Nine
It's the
station.
massive Romulan mining ship from the first Star Trek movie with the first Abrams Star Trek.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, that big thing.
Destroys Enterprise.
Lord,
But then it still had to be as weak as the jellyfish, since that thing just didn't last.
well, the jellyfish only
Yeah.
beat it because it had red matter.
Yes, but if we brought in the game, they have to make it equal to it and or weaker because they
I
have
don't
to go
know,
by a
the
movie.
Narada was really, really freaking strong.
But that means you have to build a weakness in it where jellies can blow it up.
Okay.
Destroy the Kelvin. The Kelvin's supposed to be a G-force ship possibly now.
Yeah, but then the Enterprise is below the Kelvin, and how does that make any daggum sense?
If you actually read the thing on it, it still says it's G4.
Yeah. But anyway, Laura,
Bring out another Enterprise, like the Enterprise B or the Enterprise
J.
C or D.
can't do that.
Why
Enterprise
not?
J.
Well, I guess you technically could, but that wouldn't make sense because it's not in this timeline. It's a different timeline. Like we don't know what an Enterprise B looks like in
Let's just call it timelines.
the no, that's a completely different
hang on.
game.
I know.
Hang on. Then how did the Bortus get into the game? Because the Bortus is not in any of the 3 Kelvin timeline movies.
That is because they needed content, and the only content they could draw from is from the
Uh-huh.
movies.
Come
But they have
on.
plenty of Federation stuff that they could draw from.
Yeah, almost all the Romulans.
Yeah, I mean, like there's
technically only one Romulan ship they can bring in, and that was in Enterprise. That's it.
I think there's a couple, but yeah.
And it looks like the Gladys, because there were no Romulan ships, period, in the 3 movies.
Well, if you notice, most of the miners that are in this game come from Enterprise, like the ECS Horizon and the Fortunate.
Yeah, the Horizon. Yeah.
Those all came from Star Trek Enterprise.
I want the H class.
Well,
I'm also noticing too that they're bringing out new characters.
yes.
Like I
Lots
now
of
have
them.
Marcus, Sharnavek, Cross,
Man,
Pike.
I wish I had all those.
I don't even
I
have
got
them
Char.
yet.
I got Char really fast when she first came out. I got like a whole bunch of shards for her, and like she's actually my
I'm still
strongest.
working on getting her.
Same.
I got Alexander.
So,
She's my strongest.
I have Harrison.
Yeah, screw you.
But like Marla McGivers is new, Tall is new, Yuki is new.
Yuki.
What's up with the new players that they're bringing out?
Well, the cards are adding a nice new balance to the game, and it's also adding specializations.
Kinda.
And that's the best thing, is no longer can you just say, hey,
Yeah.
this crew is what's best for this ship. Now it's specialized where, a Yuki crew with certain loadouts can now take down Saladins, or they can take down your Centurions, and the Blood and Honor crew because they're Federation powers, or Yunak with, I think, his Romulan ability. All those make things a little bit more specialized and will also help with things like bosses, but in particular, they help negate the triangle a little bit.
Ooh,
Okay.
someone brought something up nice.
Yeah.
I want them to add a Ferengi ship in space.
Yes!
Man, adding Ferengi, that's a good way to make money.
Yeah, that's a great way to make money.
That
a
would
weird
be.
ship. I think it was in Voyager
Yeah.
or whatever. It looks like a brain or something. Kind of.
Latinum
It's
and
weird looking.
Ferengi.
Man. I don't know, Ferengi, that's
They love that Latinum,
they
though.
do love their gold pressed Latinum. And that's another thing. You know what really annoys me about this game? You know what really annoys me? It's called Latinum.
What?
What?
It's not Latinum. It's gold pressed Latinum. That's gold pressed Latinum. That's not Latinum. Latinum is a liquid. Morn,
So it makes you wonder,
drink
where
it.
did Latinum come from?
Oh my god, look at that value pack you have, Deuce.
Yeah, this value pack is the best value of all values.
It's the best.
1,000
value
steel
pack?
and 100 Latinum. By the way, anybody out there want to fund my
Oh.
brand new account that is trying to level?
Don't do it as a trap.
Anybody want to fund it? Please fund it.
I'm already helping one content creator out of
Yeah.
I
that?
cannot extend it to.
Don't ask Kapoor because he won't help you.
I got to fund my account still.
I think Kapoor might like
might
me more
help.
than he likes you, though.
After I get to 28 abortus, I might.
There you go.
Cool.
I'm happy to be patient and wait.
The Vault of Latinum is the best pack out there.
Man.
Scopely says so.
That was funny.
Jeffrey says that
Maybe
the
they'll prove
Ferengi would
after
give them a way to buy uncommons with Latinum. The Ferengi would probably make a way to do that. And speaking of people
Yeah.
supporting accounts, one of our good friends
Hey,
has
Reed.
just joined.
Hey, Reed, don't help Deuce anymore.
Shut up, no one.
Hashtag free deuce.
Yeah.
Don't free
New
Deuce.
account, level 6, needs help. Send donations
No,
now.
no. Make that his free to play account. His official free to
I've
play
already
account.
got one of those.
Nah, that one.
No. I want to
Yeah.
get off my server. I don't want to stay on my server.
Nah. Then ask for your Scopely overlords for the help.
No.
Ooh.
You.
Okay.
This from the man who's already started
That's
getting
so
stuff
good.
from Scopely.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh,
I did
the truth comes
not-
out.
I did not receive a thing from Scopely this last week. But actually, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I haven't sent a request in since July, so.
I've never got a request until recently. Okay.
Well, okay, then you've gotten something since I've gotten something.
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
he was tired of me bugging him.
Yeah, okay then. All right.
Okay.
But did you get what you wanted?
No. I have.
Oh,
I
did you get
think
Mayflower?
I think Deuce had something to do with that
He
one.
may have gotten something that was mentioned on a live stream on some content creator's channel, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he did it. I bet he was laughing about it.
Was it Mayflower? The Mayflower? Yeah.
Motherfucker. sorry. That honestly makes me mad.
Hijack
I was
Mayflower.
so mad.
It's a Mayflower.
I was so
Yeah,
mad.
we need a battleship.
I got a hijack
Oh, we need a
Mayflower.
battleship here. A Mayflower.
Panic if you're mean.
The worst faction ship.
Oh god, it's great.
You're the worst. Oh, actually, Apor, you're incorrect. It is not a faction ship.
Yeah, the hijacked
So
one
get
is
it
not
right.
a faction ship.
Correct. Because it doesn't enjoy the triangle facility that the prop version does.
God, I would
That was hilarious.
have took 10 Rialtas over that.
Okay. Another question.
What's your other question? Then I want to get to Michael's question here.
Okay. So I have my Envoy dock.
Uh-huh.
Now I want to swap the ship for my North Star, which can get me to warp range 33. So that means I can go to level 33 systems.
Mm-hmm.
Warp range 33
Yeah,
systems.
It's
not level
not by
33
level,
systems.
but if you
Click on it and it'll say.
you click on it, it'll tell you
the
where.
majority are level systems, but then there's the odd one that's different
'Cause-
warp in the system.
I do have Scotty on the bridge, so that gives me an extra
4 probably.
4.
Well, he doesn't need to be on the bridge. He can be off to the side too.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, he needs to be on the bridge.
I mean-
he just doesn't.
No,
even
no,
Yeah,
he
sorry.
has to be an
I had a
officer.
moment. Sorry,
Oh,
drinking.
gosh.
God, what a name.
You know, I'm just not happy about this guy being on the stream, not understanding Scotty. Like, what's up with that?
This is why you follow.
Reed, don't make me talk to
No.
Constant.
This is why you follow the guy who puts out the real officer tutorials, not the other guy. Well,
Yeah, the better one, or the
Ooh.
better looking one.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you might be better looking, but that doesn't mean you're smarter.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Corners, guys.
Shots
Go to
fired.
your
Guys.
corners.
I
Telling me
think I need to talk to Constant about this.
You know, because of the politically sensitive society we're in, you should just file a formal complaint with whatever government you're in and see what happens.
He is in the California government, so they'll probably take his side. Honestly, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm not in the United States of America, so you can't really get me. So,
So
Oh, you're
it's
in Canada.
Canada, yeah, it's
I'm
Canadian
sorry.
A or Canada, huh?
Oh, Canada.
Anyways.
You're in a good common.
Let's get back to Deuce's stream instead of arguing like little girls.
I think everybody's enjoying that in the comments, though. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Michael did say, though,
Most
so
guys like
he
doing
hasn't
that.
played any other free-to-play games. Are the Scopely package prices similar to other free-to-play out there? Yes and no. So there's not like a universal, like they're not the same as everybody. But there are plenty of other games around the same price point where $100 is kind of like the big pack. The difference is how Scopely like scales their packs, where they kind of not even kind of, they really take away the lower end packs to force you to continually buy more. That's what really sets them apart. There's a lot of other games that push big packs. I mean, and EA's Star Wars game is going to have $100 packs in them. Like, if EA's Star Wars game does not have $100 packs, I will quit YouTubing because I just know they will. That's how EA operates. But
no, it should be an RNG package. They're called the loot box.
Yeah, loot boxes are terrible.
Yeah.
They're the devil. But it's basically the taking away the like $20 packs and stuff like that. That's people get so annoyed by.
Yeah, you look back at video games, and we were kind of talking about this, how video games survived in one of your other streams there, Rev, and you look at how commercialized video games are now today, and you look at like the scale of what people are buying and how much cash is going through the corporations doing this.
It's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah. Like my parents said, you're wasting your time with video games. Well, 25 years later, no.
Yeah.
But granted, I don't work in the video game industry.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't work on video games. I make videos of games. I can tell you, like, there are people making, like, you look at like guys like Boogie2988. The dude literally makes 6 digits a year to get on his computer with all this stuff in the background and talk about video games. That's it.
Well, he was making money off Francis, and then they demonetized Francis.
Yeah, but and then I mean, look, the 16-year-old who just won the Fortnite tournament, who made more money than the Wimbledon winner. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Yeah, I did.
Was it like $1 million or 500,000?
No,
I
16
thought
million.
it was 3 million.
No.
Six.
It was a massive
Holy
amount.
crap.
Yeah.
And
he's only a teenager.
let me verify that. Fortnite winner prize.
I don't think it was 16. I think it was like about 3.
Okay, yeah.
Either 3 or 6.
3 million, but for a 16-year-old, that's pretty damn good. And I remember it was more
That's
For
pretty
playing
impressive.
Fortnite and winning $3 million.
I know that was better than
like,
the winner of
what
Wimbledon.
do you do?
Though.
Yeah. Well, but yeah.
Well, it's like what was the thing that like Ninja at one point? I think it's gone down, but he was making like 3 or 4 million a month was his like height or something at the peak of his power.
And now he's a mixer.
Yeah. So
the 16-year-old who won the 3 million, he got to keep 2 million because the government got one of it.
well, yeah. I mean, that's how
Something like
Uncle
that.
Sam works. But at 16, I'd be pretty happy to make 2 million or 200,000 or 20 grand or $200.
Agreed.
That's one thing I love about Australia. We don't pay tax on any gambling, any winnings from gambling.
Okay, so I just tried to warp to Suliban, and it still tells me that my warp range is not good.
Suliban
enough.
is warp 40. Suliban is a warp 40.
Yeah,
system.
it's a level 35 system from memory.
It is, but I'm using my North Star with Scotty, and it's still not enough.
No, it won't get you there.
Yeah, you're.
Even some of the systems, like 35 one, it is a system that requires a higher warp range than what it dictates. It's like there's a system that called, I think, Archer. After they nerfed the warp ranging, if you had been to a system, you could still get to it if you could transport your station there. But unfortunately, if you hadn't been there, while it was only a level 40, you still needed a warp range of 45 to get there. The only reason I know is because somebody moved the station and you had 35 million titanium. That's all came over to my bank account, okay? Because I had been there, and unfortunately, he forgot that I'd been there.
Because I have missions in these systems that I can't complete
Correct.
due to the fact that I need warp range like 36. Ooh.
Yeah.
What level are you?
Think. What?
What level are you?
I am level 27.
Granted, one of the far neutral far space systems, I got there with warp 54. So, and it's a level 60 system. So I don't know if that's just because they didn't program it correctly, but I can get to one of them. And the par steel node has 3 million par steel on it.
What system is that?
Oh, I'd have to look at this. It's way north of Federation space. It's like those like level 56 to level 79 systems. And the first batch I think you can get to with warp 50.
Trying to think what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's a few like that.
Yeah, but that's the only one I found that
they're
you
few
get
and
to.
far between. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the only one I like there. And then the system grouping with it, or sect, whatever you want to call it. So I think like the tritanium nodes are like 2 million, and the dilithium are 1 million.
Holy.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm gonna go searching now.
we got a comment here from David. He says that Australia has a warped form of diet: stewed tomatoes for breakfast.
Yeah, I could see that.
I do not eat stewed tomatoes for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes, he
but
does.
tomatoes are an English staple, though. Like you have to have your kidney beans, your kippers, and then you need your eggs and toast, and then you need some side bacon and some country bacon, and then you need some more eggs.
And some Canadian bacon, some turkey bacon.
No wonder the West is
I
fat
Tofu
with so many
bacon.
problems.
Some Beyond Meat, turkey
Beyond bacon.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hashtag Beyond Meat. That's who you should get, Rev, is get Beyond Meat to sponsor the channel and just like go all vegan and be like, hey guys, Rev Deuce here. You know,
Beyond Rev Deuce, Beyond Rev Deuce.
I'm from Louisiana, but I support this because, you know, being in the South, I just can't handle it. But here's...
We got some Beyond
some
alligator,
Beyond
some Beyond Nutri-Rep, some
You
Beyond
heard the French
rabbit.
legs from frogs? Well, we got Beyond frog legs.
And we got some Beyond Scopely.
Beyond
Nah,
crawfish.
you ruined it.
There's no such thing as
Good.
No one ruined it.
Oh well.
Gosh.
I swear Reed hates
This
me.
guy.
No, I don't hate you.
Just strongly dislike you. Reed can't dislike you. He
there's
supports your channel.
Yeah. I subscribed to you, didn't I?
Oh.
Yes, he did.
I like a video.
Well, next live stream, I'll give you $13.99 and do some like 100 text chats.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say give me $100. I was like, yeah.
$13.99 is a lot of money.
No, you know what? That gets you a good quarter tank in Kentucky. So
They won't get you that out here. Maybe it's like what is it, $4 a gallon at this point?
Bro, $100
Still
will keep
put
my
more.
car gassed twice.
What do you drive?
A Genesis.
See. I'm sorry.
there's nothing wrong with the staple of the Hyundai fleet.
Oh, yeah, you sort of say that name weirdly.
It's a 2010. It still works well. I've got 78,000 miles on it, so.
Well, my car would be considered different, so I'm not going to say it.
You drive a Tesla, don't you?
I wish.
Nice.
You drive a 99
But no.
I've driven a 99 Honda.
I have to filter myself and be more polite on the official channels. So
I know.
yeah, I'm.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've been getting messages about how mean you are, so.
I'm apparently incredibly mean. So
No, I'm not at all. I don't
And
see what their
childish.
problem
You're
is,
so
to be honest.
childish. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I honestly don't see the problem with whatever everything you post. I don't see it as childish.
You just have to have a positive mentality to life. That's my problem. Apparently, I'm not positive enough.
Nope.
Stop peeing in their Cheerios then.
Orange,
I'm just-
let's get this question from Orange. Orange says, hey, one of your earlier streams, you had additional faction daily quests. Was that a bug or do you still have them? That was fixed. I no longer have additional quests. So those of us who
I
did
still
get
got the
additional
4.
quests, most of them have gotten fixed.
Unfortunately.
I think it was only half the servers because
Yeah.
I know on ours we didn't get it. Oh,
I
but
tried-
you know it was an interesting bug for a while though. The independent credits redemption for 3 days was unlimited.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no,
They need
that was
They
They
need
need
to
to pay us
bring
better.
that back.
yeah. Like 50 credits every 24 hours. I'm like, well, this sucks. And then all of a
That's
sudden, oh look, I can it's just letting me redeem. And I was like, oh wait, I'm out. Crap.
Look, gotta mine more data.
But the
Yeah,
only problem
and then
is,
refine it at 40. What is it? 4800. No, the maximum is how many credits you get from refined data.
What is up with your screen, dude? Is that your Legion looks all messed up?
I know, it's my graphics not loading on this one. Amelia, my
God.
rep is at 1.27 million on Fed and 1.29 million on Klingon.
I'm not that lucky. I'm 7 million with Fed and 200,000 with Klingon.
I'm at 3.5 million Klingon and 10 million Romulan.
Well, at least your Romulan's locked. So.
Well,
I'm
that's the way to do it.
I'm about 4.5 million with Federation and same with Romulan.
I just barely fixed mine yesterday. My
You know what?
Klingon.
I've discovered the Saladin, if you take on a Tier 8 Centurion with it, the Tier 8 Centurion will rip it to shreds. Even with its one-shot, because it mitigates only 60% damage.
Mm-hmm.
That server is active.
Yep, this new server is super duper duper active, and I love it.
What's
You
server
need to
number?
teach me how to do that.
Teach me how to do it. Teach me how to do it.
It's server 35, I thought.
Something like that, yeah. Actually, when I get
That's what I was
when I
told.
get my second ship, I'll do the trick because I can't airplane mode on this. Yay! I finished a mission.
Oh,
No,
and
just I would say log it in with a different device and you can get the message.
Man,
But
that's so much work. So.
and no one you saw the I sent you the upgraded weapon display, like the pink blocks of doom.
oh, I love that. I got that problem too. I loved it. I was so entertained by it.
I think it's a great update to the visual graphics. And
It was more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you give me a
Shout out to-
Bortus, like video version, that's worth making a video. Like, check out the new graphics update.
Well, I mean, if you upload a video like that, no one's going to go from 10 video views to like maybe 20.
There you go.
So, yeah.
What? I get 300 to 400.
Ooh, big boy.
Oh, sorry, 320 to 340 views.
You want to let him talk trash like that?
I'm trying to be nice and not curse.
I mean, you can trash talk without cussing.
Oh no, I want to cuss.
No, that's on the unfiltered stream that you run. Then you can go cussing all you want.
Erica says, I would like to get to level 35, but I can't get there because you're level 24. Oh, the Suliban system. Yeah, you can get there with a North Star at level 24. You just had to have taken that North Star pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah. North Star you can get to 30 is capped at 39, and then Scotty, if you have it maxed, will get it to 30 or 45.
44.
No,
44.
40. No, yeah, 5 warp, not 6.
Yeah, I mean, on my main account, I just use my Saladin now, but my Bortus is warp 50, my D3 is warp 40, Legionary 36, Saladin warp 50, and my Horizon is
40.
If you're tier 9, it'd be 40.
Yes, 40.
Tier 8.
It's tier 9.
Yeah.
Really? I got 40 at tier 8, I think. I'll look again.
No, it's 37 at tier 8.
Maybe you have it at tier 8, but you went ahead and upgraded the warp core.
Yeah.
You could have the tier 9
I did.
warp. Yeah.
My Bortus is so sexy. I wish I had just 4 of these things.
I just want that Legionary you have.
But it's not even that good, man.
I want it.
You've got a hijack ship.
I don't want that one.
Well, that's one you got.
What's
Because
wrong with the
you-
hijack ship? That's a good color scheme.
For the
Not the flower.
the hijack Mayflower
okay.
looks really, really good. It looks incredible.
Yes.
And that's it. And that's where it is.
Hey, it can take down D3s like nobody's business.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you got to be able to catch the D3 first.
That's why you hit it with something smaller and faster like a Rialta.
Well, that doesn't work too well because the Realta's going to lose.
It doesn't have to win. You just got to slow it down till your flower gets to it.
I mean, but in all seriousness, the paint scheme on the hijack Mayflower is really, really pretty.
It
Yeah.
is. They should actually have a button we can change your current Mayflower to a hijack Mayflower.
You know what's an underrated skin though is really the Kumari. I think was well designed.
Yes.
Yes.
The Kamari is one of the best designed ships, like mechanically and everything in the game. Its firing pattern is perfect for a battleship. It's got
Yeah.
I mean, a 300k Kumari is just as valuable as a 400k Legionary in my mind. I mean, and the survivability is about the
Yeah.
same. So
Its ship ability is quite good against
it
explorers.
is definitely really good. And
Yeah.
by the way, Jeffrey says that you're just nothing more than a whiner. So shut up and accept your hijack Mayflower and like it.
Oh, oh!
Use it every day.
I think that is one problem is
the Gladius.
you gotta be appreciative of some of these things because there's still so many players like who even at level 28 who don't even have faction
I'm
ships.
just,
I don't have
I'm
a
just being.
hijack Mayflower.
Wait, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm just fucking.
Oh,
Oh!
mama, he said a bad word.
Oh,
Good
shut the hell
job.
up.
He actually said flapper.
Flap
He said,
flapper.
I'm just a flapper.
Let's
Hashtag
rewind and
demonetized.
re-listen to that again.
Michael says he was so entranced by the live stream that he just got hit and missed his notification. Make sure that you are paying attention to your notifications. Although the cinematic shot of,
Oh, man.
I don't know what it is. I love the cinematic shots of my ships in dock at base. I don't know why. I just do. I think that's like one of the prettiest things in this game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, well, I was gonna say earlier, like the Gladius and Augur probably have to be the biggest letdown of ships because the Gladius's firing and weapons power is weak compared
No,
to
the
Saudi.
Intrepid has got to be the biggest letdown from a firing rate standpoint. I mean,
Yeah,
it's easily the worst firing
but
rate
even,
battleship in the game.
yeah, but even Mistress J's analysis of the Augur, I think on the Discord server, I think no, was it Gregor's or was it yours?
I thought Gregor said the auger was what my ship.
I've been hearing it isn't a great ship because like for value, the Enterprise is probably the most effective purple tier 3 ship. Just because it has high defense.
Okay.
But
Sure not. It's just because it's Enterprise. And Enterprise.
Yes, Casey, there is an auger trick out there. However, we're not supposed to promote exploits, so we're not going to talk about it.
so you remember the jellyfish exploit?
The one where you found a way to make the bonus actually work.
Well, pre-Carol, yeah.
Is there an exploit for the augment the botany in augment space or the botany bay?
Ooh, here's you one.
There's no augment on the Botany Bay. Unless I'm missing something.
Well,
I can tell you
guys.
the
Good
Franklin
night.
doesn't work correctly.
Good night, Misty. What do you mean the Franklin doesn't work correctly?
Nah.
Well, the extra research for the swarm, yeah, it doesn't do crap against with the Frank. Like it still does the same damage.
Yeah, I've thought about making that into a video, but since most people have kind of put their Franklin in permanent dry dock, I haven't.
Yeah. But alas,
my Franklin
I
stays
have
in
to head
store.
out. It was good chatting with you guys, and I'll send some money up if I finish my workout in time, and throw a super chat out for you there, Rev.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Louisiana proud.
Let me sit with you one day and get that PayPal set up so that you don't have to be giving Uncle YouTube as much money, but I appreciate it.
I keep telling you about the Google shares, man. Or sorry, Alphabet Inc. shares.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, fine.
You've never mentioned that to me in my life.
Yes, he did on one stream.
What? Was I drinking?
One day.
No, we were sober.
Probably.
I mean, there's usually
All right, have a good
rum
night,
or
guys.
Crown Royal sitting right here.
Night.
There usually is. Laura says, speaking of tiering ships, is there a list somewhere that tells how many tiers and levels and base power of each ship? The Lacar's Discord bot should have that in the next couple of weeks, I believe. But I think there's a spreadsheet out somewhere. But the Lacar's bot will have that and a whole lot more. A whole new world.
A whole new world.
Oh, wow. That was like off by 3 keys.
Now, Nolan, normally I would say don't give a day job, but you don't have one.
Damn. I messed up.
Gosh. Wow.
Is this a hey no one stream? It's starting
My
to feel like.
goodness.
Oh look, I couldn't let that one slide.
I hope y'all are like really close. That was low blow. I was like,
Really
I get
low.
on super well with Nolan. I donate to him. I
$10.
help him out.
Hey, he lives in California, right? Give him a break.
Hey, I've donated 15.
you
so
give
shut
them
up.
the same amount that the people who make the Nike shoes make in a month. Yes.
Do stop perving on me. How do you know I wear Nikes?
I mean, I've seen your profile picture. You just got the stereotypical look. So
Hey, I wear Vans, Under Armour, and Nike. It's actually the first Nike pair I've worn in years.
Nike's not a bad brand, but you gotta like it really depends on the shoe. Some of those shoes are just like complete crap. Oh, thank you for the Canadian 279. It's all about the money, money, money. Moo. I will definitely moo on stream for super chats. Thank you for the appreciations. Deadman says I got to complain about the level increase in events when you level your station. It's insane. Not like your ships jump in strength because your base levels. Well, to an extent, okay. Actually, your ships do jump in strength with your base levels because you get a bonus to your attack. That's the whole bonus to your ops level. But I mean,
Yeah, it's not that big of a bonus.
it's not. But you shouldn't be like I said. All your ships should be at least like tier 6 before you should be going up and away. So if you're going up a bracket, which is usually about every 2 levels, you should have all your ships up to a certain degree. So if you're going up, Jeffrey says 279 Canadian. Does that mean you owe him money? Hey, look, we accept any and all donations, even ones that I have to pay back. So yeah, just make sure that you're not leveling before you can really handle what's coming up, and kind of do your research. Because that's like me. I'm not going up to level 30 for a while. And one of the reasons is because the brackets and stuff will continue to move and change. And I'm at 2.9 million power. Now, granted, I'm a pretty strong level 29. I think everybody should probably get around that level anyway. And it takes a long time to do that. But yeah, so just take your time. Don't rush. And if you notice things getting hard, there's nothing wrong with sitting at a level for months and camping to get as strong as you could possibly be. Oh, but Dez said he did get to tier 6 and all the modules updated, but then the event jumped by tens of millions for the current. All right, so first, which event are you talking about? So he went from 25 to level 26 and noticed a big jump. I have noticed that when you reach faction ship level at 26, there is typically a pretty decent jump, and there's another jump at 28. And 28 is the worst because once you hit level 28, you get bracketed with everybody in the game. Level 39s, level 37s. It's screwed.
I'm level 27. I'm bracketed with
I
one already.
thought that was level 28 that bracketing started. If it starts at 26, that might explain why it becomes lay impossible.
I just noticed in the Separatists, that Fraction Empire leaderboard,
yeah,
that event, I'm like bracketed with guys that are like level 4, 6.
Well, I think
I'm just a level 27.
Well, I think in this one though, the difference is for the Fraction Empire is that's actually everybody in the game. I'm pretty sure everybody on the server is paired on
everyone's in the
this
same bracket
particular
for Fractured
event.
Empire.
But that's also why you're getting
Alright.
Saladin blueprints there.
To the guys that have money to get to.
Yeah, so
I can't even get in the top 50. So I'm like, all right, this is dumb.
yeah. Oh, and
looks like there's a
Reed dropped another super chat. Appreciate says, well, then you better keep mooing it up. Moo, 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 baby. He also says that no one loves Reed, and he gave $13.99 Canadian, so now we'll actually get some profit out of it. So appreciate it. All jokes aside, all donations are definitely appreciated because they help give me purpose in life. And by purpose, I mean food, and I need to eat. So send food. And if you guys out there like are really good at making casseroles and want to like send a casserole that's like, frozen with dry ice or something, yeah, I'll eat a casserole. I'll eat a casserole on stream. Send it. If it's poison, then you're a terrible person.
You live in
Does your wife
Louisiana.
not
It's like
make nice
cheap
food?
there. It's super cheap.
My wife is hot, so no, she doesn't cook.
So she's
Can't have
hot, but she
everything.
doesn't cook.
Yeah. No, there's just some things you trade, and when you marry a 10, odds are they're not cooking. So
So did you not sit there with a list and say, okay, I know you're hot, but can you do the following? You didn't ask those questions?
there are very few. I can actually, in terms of women I've actually met that I would classify as a 10, I don't know a single one that can cook. I know plenty of 8s that can, but sometimes you make sacrifices in life and you think, man, I can always go out and buy sushi. I don't want to go out and buy a 10. So you make sacrifices to be happy. Buying a 10 is illegal in the United States except in Nevada.
Everything seems to be legal in Nevada for some reason.
Around Nevada, they'll take Canadian money. They don't care. Whatever you want to do.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hey, Beyond the Stars, what happened to the link you were going to put up relating to that cool video shot you had of the station?
I did.
Where'd you put it?
General chat.
I mustn't have found it then.
Oh, welcome back, Reed.
Okay, I just want to go on record and say that $2.79 Canadian would get you a decent coffee from Tim Hortons. Okay.
What's a Tim Hortons?
So let's just put that to
What's
rest.
Tim Hortons?
Tim
Mr.
Hortons is
Starbucks.
donut.
Oh, it's a Starbucks.
It's
It's
like
like
a
a
Canadian
Canadian
Starbucks.
Starbucks?
No, it's a
Well,
bit
no,
better
it
than
came before
Starbucks.
Starbucks, but now it's owned by a Brazilian holdco company.
Oh, very cool.
It's more of a
Yeah, the same company
donut.
that owns Burger King.
Ah, man, I love corporatism.
Oh, Hungry Jack's in Australia then.
Yeah, you have to scroll up a bit to get the link.
Okay. Is it in Rebs?
It's in general for this Discord.
Oh, okay. Damn. I'm going to be scrolling a bit, obviously.
Yeah, it happens. Amelia says, look how big that Kamari is on screen. How the hell does it fit inside the station for the hangar?
Magic.
I don't know. It's just like how the Enterprise.
It's bigger on the inside.
It's transcendental. The hangar is TARDIS in disguise.
Wow. I don't mind a good Doctor Who reference, but that's a stretch.
To be fair, there have been Star Trek and Doctor Who crossovers in comic books.
There have been, and those are actually some pretty decent comics. I don't know how many nerds out there actually read comics, but comics are fantastic. Support your local comic artists at your local Comic Cons.
So is this like your third account, Ray?
This is number 3, yes.
I thought so.
Why'd you make a
Yeah.
third?
I only have one good account. I only have one good account and a broke one that's.
I want it on a different server. That's why.
I wonder. I'll have to find out what server my brother's on because he's on a really active server, and he said the top lines are complete a-holes.
How did you get specifically on that server? Was there some trick or something?
He can't tell you.
Yeah, NDA, man, NDA.
Yeah, I'll say.
Scopely put you there.
No,
Oh, he
they did
got
not.
his second
I've
account on
actually
the server?
asked for my account to get moved, and I got told no. I was like, screw you guys.
They should
his
move you
new
over to
account?
the Founder server.
I'm cool with that.
That'll be fun.
I can go raid Amergan.
Now.
Leave Emergen alone.
What? No. He didn't invite me to the round table, so I'm going to raid him.
Hey, only
He
person
didn't
with round
invite-
tables in here.
He didn't invite me.
He didn't.
He doesn't like us.
I know.
I could have
Oh,
sat. I could have sat there and picked on customer support.
Oh, you can do that by
Oh, he
yourself.
already did
I'm
that.
going to be in enough trouble. Y'all can have that.
Cool. He
I
already
asked
did
customer
that.
support, like when they were testing the AI bots responses. I was like, okay, I'm a fat lard. I'm I'm very sensitive about my body weight. What do you suggest I do? And then the message I got was, please stop messaging us, or the customer support option will be removed. Maybe we encourage you for an active lifestyle and healthy diet. Have a nice day.
Please tell me you got a screenshot of that.
Somewhere back in the Discord of the clan I was in, yeah. I think I deleted it. It's still in that Discord though.
I want it. I want that screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. We were testing some interesting theory. I asked about leaving my wife to get the advice there,
Wow.
and they said we don't offer relationship advice. So, but that's when we were like really like that was about 6 months ago when everybody was really screwing with the AI bots to see who would come on. And then Patrick was always Patrick was the friendliest one of all of them.
What about Gala? We know she was there.
Well, you can always talk to her on the Discord server. I mean, there's still a developer I talk to that he doesn't want anybody knowing that, but
Gasp.
they're all on Discord. They just don't show up as anything.
Yeah.
There's plebs.
I'm still waiting for Penny to get back to me.
About what? I talked to him this morning.
He asked me to PM him with the information on my problem. I PM'd him, gave the information. I haven't heard from him since.
Have you bugged him
advice,
like every 6 hours?
Discord
and that was like 3 months ago.
Well, yeah, you need to bug him like every 6 hours.
3 months ago.
So.
Yeah, because he won't respond to me.
And start tagging everything.
I gave up bugging to get help back in February.
No, you know what? They sometimes answer.
And the only reason I got help, guess why? Because somebody could not raid my base and thought I was cheating. The lowlives.
Oh, was that the system or the planet glitch in the system?
No. On the Founder server, my account's there. If you can raid my base, go for it. But I can tell you now, you can't. Because it's broken, you can't. And it was back in the day when somebody wanted to raid because mine has 1.3 billion pass steal. And there was a pass steal shortage. Everybody wanted it, and they couldn't get it. And then a few people cracked a mental and said, he must be cheating, so we can't raid him. And it's like, it's called the station's been broken since November last year, broke by Scopely a week after they did the merge and the global launch, and never bothered helping me to fix it. Period.
Well, there are quite a few in a lot of like we had a good. I think there was like 10 in our server alone that you couldn't raid. But they also couldn't relocate.
Yeah, I can relocate him where I want. I just get people go along and whinge and say, we can't raid him. And they whinge to moderators about it, and they whinge and said, I was cheating. And it's case of,
Yeah.
They got told, no, he's not cheating. The station's broken. And Scopely actually doesn't like doing something about it. And they say they won't move him because they say, and I quote this, it upsets the economic balance. But you can buy a pack for $159 and you can add resources into that server that weren't there to start with. So isn't that upsetting the economic balance as well?
No, because you're not upsetting their economic balance. You're improving it. So
yeah, no. So you're upsetting their economic balance. It's only what they make the rules and say, no, we can't move because it upsets the economic balance. But if you want, you can buy 10 packs and get the same amount, and it gives us money and tough luck.
Yeah, but that's kind of a choice though when you think about it. Like it's still a glitch, but technically you're purchasing for your own use. Now, granted, you have an advantage of not being rated. I grant you. But I mean, it's not really disturbing anything because other people can choose to do whatever they want with their money.
Yeah, but they talk about they can't move him or raid or giving him back because it upsets the economic balance. But you can spend money to buy extra resources that are not in the game.
Yeah, but if you're spending money, you generally don't want to be raided because I've had so many hate mails when I raided people, like someone threatening to sue me one time, and I was like, go right ahead.
Wow.
I want my $140
that one's funny.
back.
That one's funny.
Like, where can I bill you? I'm like, you chose to buy it and I rated it. Sorry. Well, I'm gonna find you. No, you're not. But okay. But anyways.
Yeah, I've felt semi-bad about some of the times I've done that, but then I'm like, you know what? If they were dumb enough to buy a pack and then not activate a shield,
see, told you. See, you did that. You did feel that.
I did feel for a moment. I really did.
Well, you know what?
Hang on. How long a moment, Bud? Was it in seconds or minutes?
Enough to realize that it was only a moment.
See, yeah, we're talking seconds.
Like 14
Generally,
seconds,
I feel bad until somebody sends me a message. And like they send it, say they just sent it. Oh, man, that sucks. Because here's what will happen. If somebody tells me that, first thing I'll say is, sure, that sucks, man. Find me a base and I'll go crack it for you and you can drain the base. But if they say that and then they go on a tirade about how I'm a horrible person, well, then I'm just like, well, it sucks to be you. So.
You know, to be perfectly fair, though, and I'm trying to take every side, in a sense, this is one of the only games that is pay to win, that technically what you buy is not guaranteed
Yeah.
to stay. And there's very few games like that. Because I've never seen a game where you can literally take, like, it's like poker in that aspect. If you go and time it right, you can go get everyone's chips, so to speak. And it's I would actually say that what you're buying for packs is almost like gambling, and it's more true to gambling because you're gambling that you're not going to get raided, or you're gambling you spend your resources quickly. That's kind of the bottom line how I see it, because how many games are out there that the player can buy, but then you actually are at open risk if you don't have peace shields, when you think about it. So I do feel bad for people that lose a lot, but again, it's that's your choice, but at the same time, the choice is that you're buying into a game where it's not protected, and that to me is a form of gambling.
Jeffrey says
They'll play Game of Thrones Conquest.
here's something that Jeffrey makes this comment. I have a problem with this, but Jeffrey says by that rationale, someone is dumb enough to not lock their car doors. It should be okay to steal their radio. No, because games aren't real life, and real life laws do not apply to video games. The rules that apply in video games are the ones that are instituted by the video game. Video games are a fantasy. I've never bought into this rationale that video games should parallel real life. If somebody wants to go in and Grand Theft Auto and steal your car, well, then they should steal their car. And that doesn't make them a horrible person. It doesn't mean that they're being trained to steal cars in real life. I mean, we're humans that are smart enough and cognizant enough to realize, hey, this is a video game. This is not making me go steal your car. So I've never got that. If the game is basically built around PvP and raiding, which this one is, and it says so in the description, it's not wrong for me to go steal your stuff. I don't think so.
No, and I agree with that, but I do see the counterpoints that people have said, and even I tend to partially agree with it, that if you are buying a consumable in a game that is being marketed for your use and to improve or whatever, this is one of the only games I've ever seen that you can then potentially lose that investment / purchase into a game from another player.
And I have no problem with that. I do think there should be some level of, like, let's say you buy a $100 pack, it activates a shield automatically. I'd have no problem with that. That makes a lot of sense to me. It helps protect their user investment and protects those resources. And if that shield expires, whether it's a 12-hour or 1 day or a 4-hour, and you lose your stuff, well, that's on you. I mean, it shouldn't be infinite.
Yeah.
But
it's the opposite is that, and to your point, you're choosing to buy it knowing full well what the game is set up as. There doesn't have to be a legal parameter, but I mean, you take something like CS:GO, that's a completely different scenario where you're actually literally gambling thousands of dollars for for everything and skins. But again, the 2 points are you make the choice. Nobody is forcing you to buy it. But there should be some consumer protection because you are literally giving up your investment in a game. So I see both sides of it, and I don't know if Scopely did do something to change that rule, or if it ever went to court, and then it changed the whole precedent of how pay to win or purchase in-game loot works. Then you're basically changing the video game industry after that court ruling.
Well, here's 2 suggestions, and like I said, I got no problem with suggestions, whether I agree or disagree. Both Mike and Jeffrey said the same thing, that purchase resources could go into a non-rateable pool or a vault. My issue with that is the main people who are buying the resources are also the main people doing all the PvP and raiding. So if you did do that in this game in particular, you would take away what has become a fundamental part that drives activity. Because truth is, this game is made up of mostly PvP style players, not PvE style players. And there's plenty of PvE people out there who really enjoy that, who don't PvP. There's even one moderator on the Discord that she plays like that, and that's fantastic. But the truth is, this is a PvP game led by PvP player base, and anything you do that would hinder that is going to lead to people leaving the game more than hindering PvE. So that's why you're not going to see that happen. And if you can raid resources, that means you can either, 1, you have to buy them back, or 2, you buy to make your stuff stronger to either raid yourself or not be raided. And either way, Scopely wins, and that's what they care about.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
straight up.
Well, I mean, it's just changing the resources and the tokens.
Yeah.
But that, to your point, Rev, is saying, okay, well, now you have to wait until that player uses it. So, and that's why it's kind of a, both sides have a kind of revolving circle of what's right, and there really isn't a right answer at this point.
Yeah, and I do like that tokens have become more of a thing, because if you're mad about your stuff getting rated now, imagine, say, back in January or February, if you were a high level 20 and you bought 100 million in resources and you got rated, there was no token. So if you lost it, you lost everything. But even now,
Yeah.
and I'm playing this level 6 account, seeing things like I just looked at the Fractured Solo Empire event. This blows my mind. At level 6, if I grind out these hostiles, I can earn 100,000 Tritanium token at level 6. That's like mind blowing to me, because none of this was
That's pretty
ever
cool.
even near of an option when I started playing the game.
Yeah.
Same.
At 35, I get if I just max out everything and wait to max out just the points from damages, because right now I can kill 13 bosses a session with my Centurion and Mortis. But if I max out it immediately, then I get I think it's 32 1 million Tritanium tokens, and I think it's 30 or 28 dilithium tokens. So they have done it, so they've improved the cost metric for me, because a repair bill is the 200k Tritanium plus 20k dilithium after the ship's dead. So they have gotten better with that. I'm really upset with this event, though, that they knocked down the prize pool so much, because the last time it was like 250, then 200, then 150, then 100, and now it's like 43 to 37 to 32 or whatever.
I just unlocked the Orion Corvette. She's purty.
Well, okay. Okay, now I really got to get off my fat butt and get on the treadmill here and work out, but it's been great talking to you guys.
Yeah.
And everybody have a great night, and hashtag where's the beef.
You as well, Rick. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Later.
Have a good one.
I'm gonna have to go tell that to Caution.
Yeah. Yeah. Caution was not happy with you two. So,
Yeah, I know.
you bad boys.
Oh boy.
Why? What did?
Oh.
Why? What you do to him?
They were
Or
they
her,
were they were
him.
purposely annoying. I giggled, but they were purposely annoying.
Nah. That sucker looks like it's got a lot of guns on it, but it doesn't really have a lot of guns on it.
They're
does
all
it?
like flat guns. Like, they're all there, but they're just not very strong.
They need to bring us some level 30 faction ships as warships.
More faction ships.
Yeah, more. I said they should have brought out, like, if you look at it, every even level, to a large degree, we always get a new ship or ships.
Yeah.
But level 30, we didn't get any. We got mining ships, so that doesn't really count. Trust me,
Yes,
you can't really
they
go
do.
and attack somebody.
Those are the most important ships in the game. Those definitely count.
You take out a level 3
Yeah, especially
faction
for
ship.
raiding.
Yeah, but you take out a level 3 faction ship and you expect a mining ship and go and attack a Saladin with it, and we'll see who wins the
I
argument.
mean, but you also can then, you go drain 2.5 million resources in one hit from somebody.
Yeah,
so,
there is that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big that. That's a really big that.
But at level 28, we also got the ECS Horizon, but also...
No, that's 26.
Yeah, that's 26.
That was 26? Okay. Well, 26, but even 26, we still got 3 faction
But you
ships.
didn't used to be able to get those
Well,
faction ships. They
those
used
were
to just
added.
be the Horizon.
Yeah, true.
I mean, so it followed a pattern.
But at 26, I got 2 cool faction ships at 26. Granted, one's a Mayflower.
Stop crying.
I'm not crying.
No one over here
I'm
crying
just
about a
basically
Mayflower.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to better Mayflower because...
My Mayflower.
Oh, shut up. God.
Look, Michael says you don't like suggestions. Actually, I love suggestions. Even if I don't agree with suggestions, I still will push a suggestion if it gets enough, push to panic or somebody. I mean, there's plenty of things that I don't agree with that a lot of people would like. I mean, there's plenty of people who scream for like rules of engagement to be enforced by the game, and I am staunchly.
that's not gonna
Oh
work.
my god.
I'm
no.
staunchly
I wouldn't leave the
opposed.
game.
Staunchly opposed. I would probably leave the game as well. But I have no problem saying, hey, these people have suggested this idea. I might be like, I don't agree with this idea, but I got a problem pushing it. It's my job to push suggestions. It's just,
Okay, then why don't you push them to try and bring out some more ships then?
you do have more ships coming out. You literally have an entire segment of new ships coming out.
Okay, but I
Save
can't get them
costs
until I hit.
money-wise.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
haven't
can't
you
get to them
seen the
until
Are
I
they
hit
gonna
Fortnite?
only be
39.
available to people with credit cards? Even though I did.
What you're probably going to see is
Do they have Amex stamped on the side of them?
you're going
It
to
costs
see
like $500.
all your G3 stuff that is so ridiculously hard to get now will suddenly become easy like G2 stuff is, and G4 will be the hard
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
That is what's probably going to happen.
Well, G4 is getting even more
Yeah, it has
ridiculous
to.
to get.
I mean, all the
I can
big
ex-
spinners now, they're like level 34 and up or whatever. They're gonna quickly, rush to 39. And so they're gonna they need to push the other players who are
Yeah.
like all in their high 20s.
They want to push
up
people
more.
like where
They gotta
I'm
make it
at
easier.
up. So they're going to make things easier to do that. They want to push everything to the G4. So
I think they need to make it where you have to be level 20 ops to even mine G3.
Yeah, because
I
when
think
you see these,
there's too many
when you see
people.
these
They're
morons
mining
who
at
are level
14.
14, sitting
Yeah.
on a
It's like you can't even
on a
use
3-star
it.
node, and the trick is you can't touch the little bastard.
Yeah, I've asked a few. I was like, "How long do you plan on staying level 14?" They said forever. I was like, "Why are
Yeah.
you mining G3? You can never use it. If you're gonna stay level 14, you're never gonna be able to use it ever." I was like, I don't know if they're just doing to troll people or what.
I told my brother to stay at level 14 as long as he could. That didn't really work so well because he's already at level. No, he's already hit level 18. So that didn't
I
work
had
really
people
well.
telling me that.
And it was only like a week ago. I said, stay at level 14, build your resources up, other things for your ships and so on. A week later,
bored.
I've hit level 18. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, when
And then he
I
says,
made my level 14 video,
nice
I
level.
recommended doing that too. I mean, as long as they allow you to
did.
do it, as long as I hate it, but as long as they allow you to do it, it's smart to go ahead and save that stuff up.
And then he goes on and says, what's this North Star? I said, it's a really good ship. It's a great base cracker. And he said, well, what's it do? I said, it's a really good miner. And I said, you just got to make sure you level up and so forth. It's a really good ship. And he goes, okay, I'll take your word on it.
It is a great
Oh, for
miner.
God's
You
sake.
just have to watch it. It's still the best G3
Yeah.
miner in the game. You just got to babysit it. But
Yeah.
if you want to get
Wait,
10K
are you
real
saying
fast,
it's better than a max?
What was that?
It's better than a maxed faction miner mining the one resource it's good at mining.
Ooh, it's close. It's based on how much health you can put on it. Because remember, it's still bugged in what it shows, but it mines extremely fast based on its special ability. I mean, even the devs still call it the fastest G3 miner in the game.
Well, probably because not that many people have like a maxed Valkys or
They don't, and I
Antares.
haven't tested against a Max Valkys, but I know I have watched plenty of North Stars push over 10,000 an hour. It's all based on the amount of health that you can push up.
Yeah, I know a person. He moves his base up into Pelgem, and then sends his North Star out on a regular basis out to a gas node, mines 10,000 a pop, and just keeps doing it, rotating around in circles during a mining event.
Mm-hmm. And North Stars are
I know, that thing
deadly
you
in
hate.
mining events. Deadly, because generally they're pretty strong. And they're there such a short time, nobody's going to like spend 10, 15 minutes to fly their Bortus out there to hit you.
I will.
All right, you might.
You'd be amazed.
By that time,
Some
I've
people would
probably
do it.
moved it. I mean, we got one person on my server. I think they have 3 North Stars. They just rotate the crap out of them. So, especially like a system like Enthra, where you can actually move to it, just park there and mine away. G3 crystal for days.
Pelgem. Yeah, you can do it with Pelgem as well.
I don't screw with those stupid Romulan systems.
Pelgem is not a Romulan system, you lunatic.
Oh, that is a Fed system, isn't it?
You nuppa.
Hey, it happens. Level 29. I don't go in Fed space.
It was a contested planet with the Andorians, remember?
Ah, this is right.
Yeah, that silly little the monastery that wasn't a monastery.
Yeah, it was a big spy satellite. That was pretty dope. That was a
Yeah, it's a
good
massive
episode.
underground spy system.
That was one of the good
It
Star Trek
was.
Enterprise episodes. I wish more of the writing had been stuff like that.
I liked Shran because he always kept going and said, "I haven't been able to sleep because I owe you."
I liked it every time he
There's
called
like
them
a
pink skins. Like, oh, cool, racism.
yeah.
It's funny.
And he goes on complaints and says, "Tell Archer he owes me one now."
He's a really good actor. I love that he was in Star Trek for what, over 10 years, because that's the same guy that played
Yeah,
Wayoon in DS9.
yeah, he was. Yeah, he played Wayne, and that he played another one as well.
Charles says Enterprise is one of the better series. Most people don't agree. Um, I actually really like season 1 and season 4 of Enterprise. I'm not a fan of 2 and 3 with the Zindi arc, but that's personal preference, I guess. A lot of people really dislike the Zindi arc.
I didn't mind as India because it gave a good entire seasonal slate of what was happening, which was I thought was
I just
good.
think it went too far down the time travel rabbit hole, and the deeper they got into it, the more just annoyed by it I got. I can deal with a little
Well,
time travel, like, hey, we did 2 episodes. It's a mirror mirror shout out. Cool. But I mean, that became like 2 whole years of, hey, cool, look at the Enterprise F-17. It looks terrible. Congratulations. It wasn't my thing, I guess.
hmm. Yeah, but if you go with seasons that were sucky, wasn't one of the seasons of Deep Space Nine really pathetic?
Mm.
I think for our first season, it was a bit, and it didn't pick up until I don't think Deep Space Nine picked up until it hit season 4.
Well, I mean, Star Trek: The Next Generation didn't pick up until about season 3. I mean, most people will agree. But you've also
Yeah.
there's so much stuff that goes behind the scenes. Like there's writers' strikes, and I mean, like Discovery ran into that issue with writing, and that's why season 2 was so much better than season 1. It happens, and you just you make up for it. And like Babyface Riker was just not. I'm sorry, you can be a diehard Next Generation guy. That just wasn't really good. It did not hit its stride till about 3 years in, where Worf was there, and Worf was your security officer, and even Troy and the
You talk
Riker
about
dynamic was slowly getting better. Q got involved. That's where TNG really hit its stride, and then it finished
Worf's
out on top.
not the first season.
He's there, but he's a red shirt, and he's like barely involved.
Oh, he's not doing much.
Yeah, that's when Tasha Yar was still chief of security, and that just wasn't the good time.
Whoa! I'm not. I'm 15 episodes in. Don't no spoilers.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, like I started playing this game, and I never really watched Star Trek.
Oh wow.
Like, dude, you need to watch it.
I've literally never had somebody call me spores on the Next Generation. But yeah, well, that's something we can talk about when you get a few more seasons in. Yeah. It's not bad when it starts.
Voyager. Yeah, I started Voyager, and then everyone's like, "No, that show's stupid."
Well,
watch Next Generation.
I wouldn't say Voyager. It's really becomes personal preference because there's so many different writing styles. This thing, Star Trek has evolved so much in each series. There are plenty of people who like DS9 as the favorite, and there's plenty of people who like Voyager as the favorite. I'm not a big Voyager fan. I enjoy Voyager. I'm also not one of the diehards who just goes, "Oh my God, the original series is the greatest thing on earth," and if you don't agree with it, it's stupid. I think the original series has a lot of good elements. I also think a lot of elements are outdated that don't apply to me anymore, so I don't get the same interest in them.
Star Trek, the original series, is the only show that's ever had 2 pilots written for it.
This is true.
It's the only show that's ever been allowed to have a second pilot.
Really? Like on any type of series?
I've never encountered another series that's actually had been allowed to have 2 pilots because they decided first part wasn't good enough, but we'll give you a second shot. There's not been another show that's had it, and a lot of people picked on Deep Space Nine because it was a space station. Hence, they had to introduce the Defiant to get that moving away from the station theory. Because a lot of people hated that show because it was a station. Where could you go?
Here's your fun one. Charles says that the EMH on Voyager was the best Doctor, so I'm going to go ahead and give you my best, like my favorite characters from each level. Here's what I've got. I'm actually going to write it down to make sure I list it how I want it to be listed. But Captain, I'm going to go with Picard. That's actually my favorite Captain.
Mhm.
First Officer, Spock, which I have to use Spock here because he's going to open me up a spot a little later. My favorite
Mhm.
Ops Officer, my Con Officer, is Data, who can also qualify as your Science Officer in this case. My favorite
He qualifies
My
everything.
favorite engineer is Scotty. But Miles O'Brien from DS9 is a very close second. I loved his character on DS9. Love Jordy LaForge, but he's like number 3 for me.
Yeah.
Favorite tactical officer is
Scotty.
Worf, and like there's no debate there. If anybody selects anybody else from Worf, they're just wrong. Worf is not only the best, he leads by such a wide freaking margin. You could fit the entire Klingon Empire inside of it. It's not even close. Doctor, I really, really like the EMH. But in terms of which one
Nah,
I enjoyed the
I got
most,
boned.
honestly, the one I enjoyed the most, like the one I loved on screen and never thought got enough screen time, was Phlox from Enterprise. I loved his character. I never thought he got enough screen time. And I know I'm gonna be like major minority there, but if you really go back and just watch him, I also really like Bashir's character. I
Nah.
like Bashir's character a little less when he got to this like really puppy dog. Oh my God, why does Jadzia not love me as much as she loves Worf? That really kind of killed Bashir for me. But for a while, Bashir's there. But my number 2 would then be the EMH. But I really love Phlox. I don't know what it is.
I got bones from the original series.
That's fair. And then, there's always like one of those auxiliary officers, and it kind of is different on each show. Whether it's the communications officer in like Uhura, or you have a counselor in like Troy, or you have like a T'Pol who is more like a attaché working as an XO. But for my extra, I'm actually going to go with the sexiest sex symbol ever to be on screen, 7 of 9.
Boobsy.
And oddly enough, I hate that she was a sex symbol, but she was actually a fantastic actress and a really
I
good
don't like her
character.
face.
You don't like her face?
No, I think
It's not really.
her body's decent, but
It's not really about her body to me. It's just, I thought she was a very, very good character. Let's see. We got another super chat here from our friend Reed. He says Enterprise season 5 that was planned
It's fine.
would have been amazing, but he thinks Voyager was too vanilla with what they could have done, excluding the Equinox. I can see that a little bit, but there's a lot of
Very
aspects that I really enjoyed about Voyager. I loved most of the Borg.
I think one of the best characters, Lwaxana Troy.
Yes, not Deanna. Lwaxana, yes.
Because when the character was created, Gene apparently told her, "I've got a perfect character for you, and you don't have to change a bit." And she didn't.
How about we do, because Laramie brought this one up, worst Star Trek characters. Worst.
Oh. Worse.
And let's not do the cliche ones that are easy, like the Wesley Crushers. Main character, like the worst main characters.
Okay. Hawk from
Really? You didn't like Quark?
From First Contact. No. Hawk.
Oh, okay. Yes, fair.
From First Contact.
I thought you said Quark, and Quark is arguably like my favorite, like bartender type.
Yeah, he's a hilarious character.
Yeah, I mean, compared to like Guinan and Neelix and stuff. Oh gosh, talk about people I can't stand. Neelix. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, can't stand Neelix. But main characters, like, just don't like them.
Main characters.
I never bought into Deanna Troi. That's, I guess, personal. Like,
what?
Why did it take her 7 seasons to put an actual uniform on? What was up with that?
Yeah, true.
Like she was supposed to be a ship's counselor, and like we saw her being like an actual counselor like 3 times. She's this half Betazoid, and like she gave the most vague like I'm Miss Cleo around a crystal ball answers. Like she never had anything like concrete. I feel that they're very frustrated, Captain.
Oh.
Like, woman, if you don't say something concrete, get the frick off my bridge. It annoyed the hell out of me. She didn't. It wasn't that Mira Sturgis was a bad actress. It's just like her character did absolutely nothing for me the entire series.
How about Barkley?
I loved Barkley.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on which Barkley you
so-
get. Like Enterprise Barkley, not as much. Voyager Barkley, really enjoyed. But the Robin Hood episode of Barkley in the holodeck, I actually really, really enjoyed the heck out of that episode.
He's interesting in real life. I have met him in real life at a convention.
I got to meet the 20th, the TNG cast at the 25th anniversary in New Orleans one year, and that was pretty cool. Miranda Sirtis actually went up to one of those like Christian nerd tables and was like all in their face. You know, Gene Roddenberry was an atheist. I'm like, yeah. Everybody knows it's okay. Calm down. Go have your espresso. They're not hurting anybody.
George Takei's a really interesting guy in real life.
Yeah,
he's a character and a half. I got a convention I went to. Apparently, the group that put the convention on, they decided to, and I quote this stupidly, drive from Sydney to Brisbane. They looked at me and said, "Oh, it's only a little distance." 900 kilometres later, they decided they weren't doing that second time around. But apparently they were going to go diving, and one of them here suffered from sinusitis, and he had to go see a doctor. And they had no idea where to find a doctor, so we knew who they were. So we popped out and took this guy to see a doctor. Late in the afternoon, when it was coming to signing, and at the end of the day, they mentioned to George that we helped the guys there, and he was very happy. And they said, "Would you mind if you got a photo?" And he said, "Not a problem." Apparently, everyone else had to wait in the line because no one else got a personalised photo with him at all. But whereas we did.
Well, that's pretty dope.
And also, a person you could take and drop in the middle of the outback and he'd blend in, Mark Alamo, who played Gul Dukat. He's interesting.
Also a very underrated actor. Gul Dukat is one of the best villains in all of Star Trek ever.
And apparently, he likes Moreton Bay bugs. It's an Australian shellfish. Apparently, he ran late to getting back to be on stage. They didn't growl at him. Apparently, he was like about a half hour late.
Laura says, "Oh, come on. Neelix was cool. After all, his girlfriend turned into light and sent the Voyager a few light years closer to home." Yeah, I'm sorry. That does nothing for me. But Amelia here says, not a main, but one of the worst characters. Gull, can you make the ice any louder in your cup? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
But not worst character. I'm going to mute you if you don't stop. Any member of the Q continuum.
The Australian humor there is just hilarious.
Any member of the Q continuum that wasn't John Delancey. Basically, every Q that wasn't Q was pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Corbin Bernstein, he was a crappy Q. Did you
Q comes back?
I didn't mute you. I attempted to.
Oh.
Indian Khan played by look, Ricardo Montalban playing Khan. That's just how things were done in the 60s, okay?
Yeah, he was the best as far as Khan was concerned.
Yeah.
He played that character well in both the original series and the movie.
I think he played it better in Wrath of Khan, but that's just because of how Nicholas Meyer did the script.
Yeah.
But also he just aged. He aged really well.
He did. And and also say the costume for Twok was amazing. It fit him and what he was doing so well. Much better than the original series, like long flowing robes.
You gotta give, like, my favorite TOS movies are probably The Wrath of Khan and The Undiscovered Country, and it was always Nicholas Meyer who directed them, and he just seems to get Star Trek.
Well, The Wrath of Khan is still the original one of my favorite sci-fi movies, period, my favorite Star Trek movie. And one of the reasons I like it so much is it does something that's so rare in sci-fi. It made a spaceship battle three-dimensional. And that is still,
Yeah.
even today, 20 something years later, so rare. We keep things so linear in space. And even the new Star Trek movies are the same way. Like we just watched Star Trek, what was it, Beyond? Not Beyond, the Con One Darkness, where they did a broadside battle with the Enterprise and the whatever you call the big thing. That's so stupid. That's not how
Adventures.
things actually would operate in space. Like you have literally millions of miles this way, that way, every way. I love the Nebula fight scene where it's three dimensions. It's one of the best examples of how space could actually be. And little details like that made it and still make it one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
I reckon I go Voyage Home.
Voyage Home's a good movie. It's
Hmm.
not in the Wrath of Khan level for me, but it's definitely a good. The only ones I really didn't like from the original series, I wasn't huge on the motion picture. The Final Frontier was bad. I didn't.
You know
Yeah.
what? The Final Frontier, and this is just, and some people are going to hate me for saying this. I thought it was good. I know why people see it was bad,
I think the
but
idea
I
was
think
good. Letting William.
everything behind it, like even how the actors reacted was actually like William Shatner actually, and this is where I say I'm probably going to get hate for this, but he did nail the characters down perfectly and how they would normally react to these situations. The plot, though,
Yeah.
about being the only ship available is
Hmm.
what killed the movie. Like that was the dumbest reason. But if you had have taken, like if you had have just, I think, changed a few things in the plot and the timing of how things interconnected, it would have been a really good movie.
I like Scotty's character during that movie. I like when he says, "The ship isn't going." The captain said, "Let's see what she's got." And look what happened.
Yeah. I think if they try to do too much comedy in there too, which I was like, no. But you know what, Cybok, like, I think it shows where a character is not, like, the bad guy is not necessarily a bad guy, and he's just misled, but then he like redeems himself at the end. And I think that's the point many people like don't realize about Star Trek is that everybody can be better. And I think William Shatner nailed that perfectly. It's just the whole timing and sequence of events and plot as a whole didn't work, but the idea about the characters I think was perfect.
I mean, I can see some of your argument there, you know, but in the end, the execution just didn't work. Even if there were,
Oh no, and I agree.
and
I
that's my main
100%, like
problem.
that's why it's a bad movie. Like it's still a bad movie, but it had really good characteristics and things that could have been done. It's just that it was his first directing. The script was kind of like all over the place, and if he had streamlined it, it would have been a really good movie.
And it didn't. It
But he
didn't
didn't.
help that the very next movie wasn't great either and had great potential. Generations is halfway good and halfway terrible. Like there are certain aspects of
Generations was
Generations.
dumb. Like it,
Well, there's certain aspects of it that I think are really good, like the Picard and Kirk scenes. Two really good actors; those work really well. The actual plot and the main villain is like the dumbest thing in all the movies, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But they're
well, the Nexus is basically saying like, okay, you're gonna go back to the planet, or like when there's a YouTube video where he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the mess hall or 10 forward, and I'm gonna stop him there. Well, yeah, that's how you stop the movie. You just go back and stop him.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's easy. It's like you can go wherever you want. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the planet, even though I can easily apprehend him when he's on my ship, and I could walk in with like 20 security guards. Nah, I'm just gonna go back to the planet and do some unnecessary fight scene and watch Kirk die. But it's okay because it's part of the movie.
Yeah. So that's one of those like the plot once again terrible, but certain aspects in it, including the acting, was
Yeah.
fantastic.
I just didn't like how like they brought the characters back because I was like, you know what, you ended with Undiscovered Country, and I think you wrapped everything up perfectly. You didn't need to involve the two generation casts. I don't think.
Well, Jeffrey says he wants the ultimate triangle ship, a Star Destroyer. Actually, from a mathematics standpoint, in terms of energy produced and science, a Star Destroyer would get absolutely demolished by any Star Trek ship. Just FYI. So
Yeah.
pull out your math calculators, but going by the technical manuals and what Star Wars actually says they produce, and the fact that they have no active like real shields, Star Wars will get wreckety wrecked. Like the basic technology
Yeah.
of a laser versus an actual phaser or a tetrion beam and stuff is like so far past. Like lasers, we're using what the Star Destroyers shoot now to cut diamonds. It's not what you want on a big battleship in space.
No.
Who would you say is the worst captain of any Star Trek series or movie?
Any captain, like anything.
Like, yeah, like, are we talking like any race here, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Any race or any captain that's been listed in the Star Trek movie or series?
I'm going to take the Star Trek, or the freighter captain from Star Trek 3. That guy should have just saw it coming.
Nah, there's a better one.
Okay.
Captain Monday. Captain Tuesday. Or was it Captain Monday they called him? Captain Harriman from Star Trek, the NCC 1701B.
Oh, yeah. He was
No,
just like
the
flat out
worst.
stupid. He's like, I got promoted to captain and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but he every time I said got a track meeting, he said, "Oh, that doesn't get fit until Tuesday, till Monday." And this goes, torpedoes.
Yeah.
He said, not until Monday." Because
How
good
do you
grief.
give, like, supposedly the Enterprise B being the new Federation flagship? How do you give it to such a stupid captain?
Yeah, who has nothing they can do anything with if they have an emergency. It's case of
He's gonna be
good
like, it's
grief.
not installed. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I've never been a first officer. Apparently, I don't. Have
But here's
command
another
experience.
problem.
Like,
Let's say there are no torpedoes on board. Where are the transporters? Like, how can we not? Okay, cool. Just transport 500 of them from the freaking dock. Can we not do that? I mean, what's the?
well, who sends a ship in a solar system flight test and then's like, oh, there's like a major subspace anomaly and some ships trapped. Oh, we're only in range, but we're not equipped. Well, I guess we'll go check it out anyways. Oh, we don't have half the crap we need on the ship anyways, but we got Kirk on board. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah.
once again, how implausible is it that if you're the only ship in range, you're at the Federation's biggest freaking starbase that literally opens up and docks 20,000 ships in it, and you're the only one available? There's not even you can't pull the NX-01 out of mothballs and fly it real quick 2 feet down the road? Okay. Yeah.
It's like the motion picture, the Final Frontier, like all of them. It's like you literally are the only ship, like maybe somewhere between Earth and Mars, and nobody else is available. Are you saying that basically anyone can come and literally beat the crap out of Earth at this point because there's no ship in range? Because you aren't leaving the Sol system. You are literally just traveling to Neptune and coming back.
Yeah.
You haven't gone into extrastellar space, or interstellar space, sorry, and you're telling me there is no other Federation starship available?
Yeah, especially since there's literally a shipyard between your station and that spot.
And there's
where
more
you
shipyards
build
around
all
Earth.
the freaking ships. So you're telling me there's nothing there?
And there's no one on patrol in the solar system? Like in Star Trek 4, they referenced all like normal Federation ships on patrol. That's why you have ships on patrol.
Yeah, so big plot holes that were really annoying in Star Trek.
Because you get to see how big the Utopia Planitia fleet yards are in a Star Trek Voyager episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me actually pull up that Google picture because I actually remember. What was it like? They had like 5 or 6 different ship docks.
I think there's supposed to be 30 dry dock yards.
Yeah, I've got it.
There was a massive amount of docks there, and there were quite a lot of ships getting built.
Yeah, so I've got a picture pulled up here from the wiki. So not only do you have like 30 docks, you also have an entire starbase there as well. So yeah, you can just fly freaking worker bee. Whatever you got to do, fam. That's crazy.
Otherwise, Generations was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we can pick plot holes in like all of these things. So, I mean, like the new Picard series coming out, I'm super looking forward to it. I'm sure there's going to be massive plot holes. I'm sure there is. I mean, because they're bringing so many old characters back. They're dealing with the old canon. And I am really looking forward to it because I mean we just saw a Borg ship that looked like it had been captured or something because it had
Which in the future, like in Star Trek Online and other timelines, there has been captured ships. So it's I think what they're gonna do is they're really gonna just come out and go, okay, now we're gonna transition to the new generation, which is the 25th century.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if what they're planning with the next two Star Trek shows that are like slated for 2022 and 2023, I think they want to just complete the last bit of the Next Generation cast, or just that 87 to 99 cast of crew and members, wrap it up, and then move on.
Yeah, and that's going to come. That comes out in 2020 for those not aware. So we are less than a year from the written launch. We'll see how it goes. But since CBS seems to actually be putting a good amount of money into Star Trek and their little program here, including with Discovery, I'm assuming it's going to have some level of success.
I think Star Trek Picard's going to make it. I'd be really shocked if Patrick Stewart went into it saying like, I don't like, I'm just want it for money.
He's been very clear
the guy's
before that he
mentioned-
would not do another Star Trek unless the script was just really, really good. So
Yeah, so I think, I have a feeling. I mean, this is just me saying it out loud, but I'm pretty sure Picard's going to die in the series.
yeah, I mean, I think that's to me that's a given because you're going to wrap up his character here, but it's
Yeah.
how quickly. I mean, is it going to happen in the first season? Probably not. I think this would be like one of those where they make it into a maybe 10 episode season and it goes 20 or 30 episodes. But
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen. Let's see. So Brent Spiner's in it. Jerry Ryan.
Hughes,
Jonathan Frakes, yeah, Hughes in it, and then Marina Sirtis are all people from former cast coming back, going along with Patrick Stewart. So, I mean, you got a lot
There's
of
a
people.
rumor that Michael Dorn's in it. Like he quietly, I think, said it on the side somewhere.
Well, as
So I
of
think we're
one
probably
day
gonna see
ago,
Dorn.
CBS said he is not in it. So, I only know that
Yeah, but
because
that
I
could
literally
be.
just Googled Star Trek Picard, and that's the first thing up that like all these sites are saying Worf won't be there. Which Worf is currently an ambassador with the Klingon Empire, so.
Nope, because he came back in Nemesis from a deleted scene. They explain why he wasn't an ambassador anymore in a deleted scene.
It's true, but in Star Trek Online, he's still an ambassador.
That's true.
I know Star Trek Online is not exactly canon, but I mean, since CBS and them tend to keep things pretty close.
Barkley would be a neat. Actually, Janeway and Barkley would be neat to see come up in the series.
Yeah, but Janeway's Kate Mulgrew is currently tied up in other things right now. Remember, she's in Orange Is the New Black as well as a couple other little things. I don't think she has time to do Star Trek.
Yeah, but Orange Is the New Black is done though.
Is it? I thought it was still going.
No, season 7's the last one.
Really? I thought it was still going.
Nope, this was the last season that just launched back in summer.
Oh, shows how much I've been paying attention.
Of what?
Orange Is the New Black.
Of what? Oh, I never watched that stuff.
And I will say,
it's basically lesbian porn on Netflix.
I will say,
Yeah.
Charles, if you haven't gotten CBS All Access yet, there is another Star Trek show, Star Trek Discovery. The first season is a little hit or miss, but I honestly really like it. My personal take, you're more than welcome to dislike it, but I'm actually a Discovery fan, especially season 2.
Season 2 was better.
Yeah.
And I think, again, last time we talked, we all want a Pike series.
Yes, I think that, and which that might be something they do down the road.
Or at least more short treks with Pike. That would be nice.
Speaking of Pike, when are they ever going to complete that character in our little...
In our game?
No, he's dead.
When?
Did he die in the movies?
I mean, he...
Yeah, but the game has so much potential that you can keep abusing characters that die,
Yeah.
I mean, Admiral Marcus died, and he's still around. And his ability doesn't work half the time.
That's because he's dead.
No, apparently.
So basically,
Actually-
his ability is as good as he is
Khan
dead.
killed him.
Well, his commander ability apparently will move shield piercing to 1,600%. Because they have a lieutenant command. There was a lieutenant commander screenshot of him, and he's at 800% shield. Like I have a lieutenant, and he's 400% shield piercing. So,
Hmm.
but I don't think it really matters because the thing is that your armor piercing basically trumps the other two.
Well, I always used to go with good old little Harrison. But I got suggested to by of all people by Nolan. He said, take Harrison off and put Decius in his place and see how you go taking out the Klingon bosses. With Harrison, I could take out 1.1.5 bosses. Changing out Harrison and putting Decius on the bridge, I can now take out 2.
See,
I think I told
on
you that
my
earlier.
Bortus against the Explorers, I have Chen, Cadet Uhura, and Cadet Kirk, and I can take out 8 bosses with them. And
Yeah,
on my oh, sorry.
I was going to say, how strong is your Bortus, but
It's tier 6 with most tier 7 equipment.
yeah, see, mine's only partway through tier 6. Saladin.
Okay. Yeah. But the damage reduction alone helps mitigate when it does that long chain of shots off the Explorer. On the Centurion, I use Kirk, Spock, and Decius. And Decius is at Commander. So he's 10% bump every round. And the Centurion is tier 8, and it can kill 5 bosses, sometimes 6 if I'm lucky.
Yeah, the
But
biggest person on our server, he can kill 7 bosses with his Saladin.
Yeah, and we have a guy with an Enterprise at 1.7 million. He can, well, he's running all his fleet, but if you put on the right equipment on the Enterprise, I think he could kill 17 bosses with it.
Oof.
Damn.
Yeah. But that's at level 39 and a tier 5 Enterprise.
I'll trade him my Saladin for his Enterprise.
But the Enterprise probably is the most effective tier 3 ship. And it's probably going to, like, those ships will be the most effective when tier 4 is launched. Like, it annoys me that the Gladius is such a piece of crap. Like, it is just terrible for what it is.
Okay.
So I don't ever recommend getting the Gladius.
So any one of the tier 3 ships, as in like the T3 faction ships, is the Beryl then? Because everybody says the Intrepid is crap. The Gladius
Burrell's
is crap.
okay, but you're better off saving up for an Enterprise. Like you really all you need is a Saladin for most of the game.
True.
Like that's just bottom line is that like the Saladin and Enterprise are overpowered. The Bortus is overpowered. So if you want a battleship, the Bortus is your best bet.
I want a Bortus.
Yeah, because its attack power and its mitigation of damage is good.
Mm-hmm.
And for an Explorer and Enterprise. Now, a Centurion's not terrible, but it costs a crap load to get to tier 8. So, it's better after tier 7, but from tier 2 to tier 6, it's crap. So that's what I mean. Like, the new... Hopefully, and maybe when they're rebalancing, because I really don't think they're going to launch the tier 4 ships on November 28th, because that was the rumor mill that originally they were supposed to put out tier 4 at the 1-year anniversary, but there's still so much to do at tier 3, and there really isn't a lot of Enterprises, D4s, or Augurs out there yet. Like, when you look at all servers, there aren't a lot. So my guess is they're gonna, once more people level up, they're gonna up the pack values, and then by springtime, I think they're gonna launch tier 4 ships.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, I don't see what would be the point in releasing tier 4 because they got to be really expensive and it's probably only going to be available to the people that can drop, 1,000 or 2,000, whatever, right on it.
Well, and these ships are supposed to be, that what I've been told is that it's going to be level 36 or 37 for the bottom end one, the green tier 4, level 41 for the blue tier 4, and level 44 for the purple. And then the miner's going to be level 35, I think, for the H series.
Dang.
Yeah, so I mean, with how much it costs to upgrade now, especially your buildings and everything, I can't see it happening in 2 months.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think some of the the updates that are coming, and I hope to God we do not have queued mining nodes, which was rumored, because that would just suck.
How would that work?
Basically, you get on a node, and then you are automatically warped out either if the node is depleted, or you have a 30-minute time limit, is what they were throwing around in the developer scenes.
That's
Because
going
there
to
aren't
make
enough.
great. That'll make mining events hilarious.
I don't think they're going to do it, but that was actually something that was on the drawing board at one point, but I really hope they don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't.
And then Rev's just like staying quiet because he's got the NDA there.
Well, I'm also about to wrap up here the stream because it is 10:30.
Yeah, I gotta go
Yeah.
to bed. Okay, I'm out
It's-
for good this time. Good night, guys.
Bye, Reed.
All right, later.
And all you fine
I'm
folks
out
who
too.
have stuck around so long. I'll try to do another live stream here in the next couple of days. And tomorrow, probably in the afternoon or evening, a video will come out. So I will see everybody then.
Catch you later.
Later.